and ask about a free trial membership.
From the Wells Fargo Center, the National Lacrosse League and the Lacrosse Network proudly present the 1-2 Calgary Roughnecks versus the 2-1 Philadelphia Wings. Welcome to the broadcast, and thank you for spending part of your Sunday here with us on YouTube on the Lacrosse Network. I'm Dave Walls, and I'll be bringing you the play-by-play of today's matchup. Follow me on Twitter at Dave Walls. The 2013 campaign may only be in Week 4, but for these two teams, this game has a lot more meaning than a normal January matchup. For the Calgary Roughnecks, they find themselves trapped in a four-way battle in the Western Division with a record of 1-2. With Washington losing last night to Minnesota, the Riggers can move within a half game of first with a win today over the Wings. After two losses to begin the season, Calgary finally got it working all together on Friday night as they crushed the Colorado Mammoth in Denver 19-12. A great team effort against the Mammoth, with 5 different players getting a hat trick, as Roughneck fans wondering if they can return home with a weekend road sweep. The Roughnecks offense has a lot of firepower behind it, with Sean Evans leading the way. His 13-point effort on Friday stands alone and puts him in the lead for all team scoring columns. However, the name more Philadelphia fans will be looking for today is the return of number 4, Jeff Snyder. A fan favorite in Philly for his pugnacious, gritty play, Snyder returns to the Wells Fargo Center for the first time since being acquired by the Roughnecks prior to the 2011 campaign. While other players may light the lamp more, true fans know that Snyder's elite play in winning faceoffs and gathering loose balls plays a vital part to the success of his team. For the home team, the Wings are coming off a long bus ride home last night from Buffalo, where their 14-13 loss puts them one game in back of the Rock and a half game back of the Bandits. Only the winless Rochester Nighthawks sit below Philly as the defending champs attempt to figure out what's going wrong. Coach Johnny Meridian and company put forth another strong effort at HSBC Arena, but fell short 14-13 as Buffalo scored with just 24 seconds left to win the game. The Wings are back on the field less than 18 hours after the final horn sounded in Buffalo, and it'll be interesting to see how Philadelphia answers the starting whistle in this crucial matchup. While the stalwarts like Drew Westerveld and Kevin Crowley are still lighting the lamps for Philly, the real story has been the success of some of the offseason acquisitions. Kevin Ross was acquired from Minnesota over the summer and led all goal scorers with 4 goals and 2 assists last night. Philly also welcomed back Jordan Hall to the lineup last night. The recent acquisition from Rochester from the Dan Dawson deal had a stellar performance, locking up the hat trick with 3 assists. Combined with goalie Brandon Miller's riding a hot start in January, Wings fans can't help but feel optimistic towards today's game and the rest of the 2013 season. When we come back, we'll have the starting lineups and introductions. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on the Lacrosse Network.
Number 5 from Duke University, Michael Manley. Number 11 from Syracuse, Joel White. A forward, number 22, Nick Karate. From Duke University, number 7, C.J. Costable. A defender, number 55, Chad Wiedemeyer. From UMBC, number 26, forward, Drew Westerveld. From the University of Maryland, number 21, Jeff Reynolds. A defender, number 81, Kyle Hartzell. Number 31, today's starting goaltender, Kevin Croswell. Number 27, Kevin Buchanan. Assistant captain, number 27, Kevin Ross. officials for this afternoon's matchup. The crew chief this afternoon, Mr. Robert Hollingsworth. Assistant referee, Chris Williams. Shot clock operator, Dave Seidman. And now, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome our color guard this afternoon, Cub Scout Pack 284 of Wayne, Pennsylvania, and Warrior Watch riders presenting today's colors. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we would ask that you would all please remain standing as we welcome Sarah Cohn to first present the Canadian National Anthem, followed by the Star-Spangled Banner.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of applause.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wells Fargo Center. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Wells Fargo Center here in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. My name is Dave Walls here on the NLL on the Lacrosse Network. Thank you so much for spending part of your Sunday with us here. In studio producer here in the booth is John Barcher. Glad to have him along for the ride as well, and happy that you're spending part of your Sunday with us, whether you're in the Philadelphia area. Welcome to all our friends from Calgary who are looking to see if their riggers can pull off the weekend road sweep. Should be an exciting matchup. Crowd filling in pretty nicely for a Sunday afternoon. As we mentioned during the pregame show, it'll be very interesting to see what kind of Wings team comes out. Certainly having the late night coming back from Buffalo last night, riding a bus all the way back to Philadelphia as the team did during the overnight hours. The team actually, as soon as they arrived at a local hotel, got a couple hours of sleep, and really only had a little bit of time to really warm up the legs on the field. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out here in the first couple of minutes. For the riggers, they had a little bit more time off as their game was on Friday night. So bigger news today for the Wings. Getting the start in net is going to be the offseason acquisition. Kevin Croswell, the former Washington Stealth goalie, is going to get his first appearance in Wings jersey. The Wings wearing red camouflage uniforms. Wings fans, you're going to remember that last season against the Washington Stealth, the Wings wore a white camo, as these jerseys will be auctioned off after the game, and all the proceeds going to benefit the Wounded Warrior Foundation. Truly worthy cause, and certainly going to be exciting. As we have a pregame
presentation being made down on the field right now. Also important to note, that's the return of Jeff Snyder to the Wells Fargo Center. The first time he has made an appearance since Calgary acquired him prior to the 2011 campaign. Roughnecks did come to Philadelphia in 2011, but Snyder was a scratch for that game. Should be important to note that Snyder did get a brief smattering of applause from the Philadelphia crowd, which is equivalent to a standing ovation in any other city. So as we go down the rosters here, let's give you the starting lineups. First, for the visiting Calgary Roughnecks, Jeff Snyder gets the start, along with Sean Evans, team leading scorer, forward, Mike Carnegie, Dane Doby, and Jeff Schattler. And in between the pipes tonight, it's going to be Mike Poulin. For the Philadelphia Wings, on the defensive side, they come out with Steve Holmes, the second-year player coming over from Rochester, Joel White, and Brett Manny. Jeff Reynolds will be out there for the face-off, Ned Crotty, and between the net, it's Kevin Croswell. So we're getting ready to get underway here. Again, thank you for spending part of your Sunday here. Be sure to tweet me at Dave Walls. I'll be reading your tweets as much as we possibly can. Face-off getting ready to take place. Wings moving right to left. Again, wearing the red camouflage jerseys with the black numbers. Snyder out there so far on the season with an 80% face-off win percentage, so certainly going to be a battle of two titans here. We've got the whistle, and we're off. Snyder putting up a heck of a fight here, along with Reynolds, still tied up. 6 seconds in, finally Snyder comes away with the win, and the Roughnecks will go ahead and get their first possession. Snyder goes ahead and runs in. He's got a lane to run his shot, and it bounces in. It's a good goal. Score! Snyder gets the bounce. It just ticks the upside of the bar, and 15 seconds in, it's the Roughnecks breaking out to the 1-0 lead. When you have a big face-off like that, you don't normally see the big fast breaks. Normally it's the quick face-off wins that break open here, but we want to watch Snyder. Great determination as he gets in, and it bounces behind Croswell, hits up off the top of the bar, and then back into the net. Didn't go far into the net, but it's good enough for the goal. And now we have a whistle as the next face-off happens. Got a a face-off violation on Reynolds, so Snyder will go ahead and go 2 for 2 on the face-off. So we're back underway. However, turnover, and now Reynolds gets the ball back from Philadelphia. So Hartzell will bring it across, and the Wings get their first offensive series. Crowley has it on the low side boards. Now he rolls up top over on the right-hand side. Good traffic put up front by Calgary. Here's a shot, never gets through. Hits Crowley in the back, I believe, as that one was shot by Buchanan. Now a fast break the other way, 3-on-1. However, missed pass, and now fast break back the other way. Wings looking for it. Breakaway 3-on-2. Here's a shot, and misses the top of the net that time. Dove through the crease, just couldn't get it on the other side of Poulin as Poulin jumped up. Didn't hit the post, so we do have a reset of the shot clock as Calgary gets possession, but now Calgary's stuck in their own corner. 4 seconds in, 5 seconds in. This is going to be an 8-second violation. I don't think they're going to get it across here. And indeed, finally, 11 seconds in on the shot clock, they call the 8-second violation. So the Wings will take quick possession back the other way. So after a quick fast break goal by Jeff Snyder, 15 seconds in, both teams struggling to maintain possession, but the Wings have it now down 1-0. Crowley, good defense put on him over the right side of Buchanan. Shot low, save made by Poulin. He traps it beneath the knees. Check that, Jordan Hall on the shot, and now Calgary comes back the other way. First shot on goal for the Wings, a minute and a half in. It's 1-0 Calgary. Out Daryl Veltman for Rochester, along with Schattler, who has the ball. Now great pass, shoots and scores! Beautiful play by Calgary. They find Dane Doby alone right in front of Croswell, and nothing he can do about that. It's a 2-0 score. Tic-tac-toe passing by the Roughnecks at 1:51. Take a look at the replay here. Boy, right open in the middle is Dane Doby, and he just stuffs that one home. And for Dane Doby, he gets the goal, obviously, and that time of the goal is at 1 minute and 51 seconds. Doby hitting a certain, that's his 300th NLL point. Congratulations to Dane. 2 shots, 2 goals for the Roughnecks. Certainly not the start the Wings were looking for. We were, again, worried about what kind of legs they would come out with, and certainly they seem to be about a half step behind so far on the defensive side. Westervelt, as the Wings have possession. Here's a shot, save made. I actually don't know if it hit Poulin or if it hit the defender. And as we look down, the Roughneck defender, number 33, John Harnett, he's kind of limping off to the side. It looks like it hit him in the knee. Regardless, It's a stop and a save. However, back the other way goes Rochester. The rookie Ethan Farrell has it. Beats a triple team. Now the Wings will take offensive possession. Good poise shown by the rookie out of Lynchburg College. Paul Rabel out there. He's looking for his first NLL goal. He has the ball in back of the net, left to right. Now back up top to Ross. Ross tried to dump it over to Karate. However, got stick checked away. And now here comes Rochester back the other way. McFetridge brings it across the timeline. Now up top to Doby. Doby has the ball down low, working one-on-one. Good roll move. Doby has a room to run. Shot save made by Croswell. And now Croswell gets the stick on it, makes the save. So first save finally for Kevin Croswell of this 2013 campaign. And the Wings will bring it back across with Westervelt. Westervelt out there with Ross. Also Farrell. Farrell has the ball now up top near the line. Over on the right-hand side to Buchanan. Buchanan rolling, finds himself in a double team, comes back up top to Ross of 10 on the shot clock. Down low to Westervelt, shoots, save, good reaction time by Poole, and is able to get the shoulder up, but it rolls right back out to the center line, and so Philadelphia gets a fresh 30-second shot clock. The rookie Ethan Farrell had another goal last night in Buffalo, gets the ball stick checked away, great defensive pressure put on by Calgary, and they're able to get the turnover. Carnegie gets it over to Snyder. Snyder holds up as both teams changing lines. 11:20 to go here in the first. Shots on goal, 3-3, but it's the Roughnecks with two quick ones in the first minute and 51 seconds. Over on the far side for Schattler. Now they roll around on the far side board. 6 on the shot clock, going to have to hurry. Now here comes Schattler moving 3-2. He can't get a shot off. It's going to be a shot clock violation. Good defensive pressure put on that time. Brody Merrill was able to shut that down at the last second. So the Wings defense finally getting their feet underneath them a little bit. Good forechecking up on Rabel. Unloads the cannon. Save made by Poole and bounces onto the far side corner. Calgary's going to get it. Good offensive pressure put on by Philadelphia, trying to get the turnover. Shot clock did reset, so they've only got a couple more seconds to get it across. I think we're looking towards another 8-second violation here. And indeed it is. It's going to be another Calgary turnover. 2-0 Roughnecks here. 10.5 to go here in the first. Now with Crotty on the far side. Crotty rolling. Now he's going to try and cut inside and back of the net and back of the net. Now they holds back up top to Crowley, who was held goalless last night. Crowley rolls, shoots right into the chest of Poole and save. Ball's loose right in front of the net. Lots of pushing and shoving, and the Phillies going to be able to come away with a nice tenaciousness. However, Buchanan's really unable to pick it up, and the ball's still loose. Finally scoops into the stick of Brett Manny. Good save made by the defensive captain there, and he gets off the floor, and Philadelphia gets a fresh offensive set. Crowley looking around. He had Farrell breaking that, but Crowley taking himself. Shoot, knee save made. Rebound. Farrell was going for it, got checked away. No call, and Rochester comes back the other way. Back and forth here. Haven't even had a media timeout yet, and already we've got 9 shots total in the game. Veltman on the near side boards holds the ball. Actually, it's over to Veltman now, and now up top to Scott Ranger. Ranger over to Doby. 11 on the shot clock. Working one-on-one on Reynolds. Moves inside. Holds behind the back. Shot save made by Croswell. Good one-on-one defense displayed by Philadelphia, and they are able to bring the ball back down. Joel White brings it across. Now he'll dump it off to Paul Rabel. Comes off in the line change. Rabel working one-on-one. Behind the back pass, and it's a beauty. Shoots, scores! A behind-the-back pass turns to a behind-the-back shot, and it's Ross who gives Philadelphia their first goal of the game. Down now 2-1. This is a beauty. Cal Sports Center up, and take a look at this one. Not one, but you get 2 behind-the-back stick plays for the price of 1. And Rabel may not be putting the ball into the net, but his stick work is really displayed here. Watch this behind-the-back pass, and then Ross tied up, and he goes behind the back. Calgary's thinking about using the challenge flag. They're watching that replay awful close. Now the flag is out. We've got a challenge. We'll have to take another close look as Ross was tied up with his defender. And I tell you what, that one leg moves awfully close to the crease. So we're going to go ahead and get a look at this one. .8:57 here to go in the first. We're due for a media timeout here in just a few moments. But we are going to go ahead and get a challenge here. Referees talking before they even go in the booth. Now, the coaches do have 20 seconds from the end of the play in order to challenge. And I tell you what, it was very, very close as to whether or not they hit that, but apparently they're going to. While we have this break and the action, do want to tell you tonight's game is brought to you in part by Reebok. Redefine your game with Reebok's new Black line. Reebok Black was designed and engineered for the elite lacrosse player. Reebok's Black line features a lightweight and minimalistic design with carbon light technology, performance-driven, technology-driven, NLL proven. Find the all-new Reebok lacrosse gear online at ReebokBlack.com. And as you take a look at the replay there, it's very, very close. If I was a betting man, I would probably say that's going to be a no-goal. But we'll have to wait and see as the crew chief is going ahead to take a look. Crew chief Robert Hollingsworth is in the booth right now taking a look at that frame by frame. Certainly lots of back and forth action, and Hollingsworth taking a good hard look at that. It's really what it comes down to is there's no question that Ross's foot comes down in the crease. The question is, does the ball completely cross the plane of the goal line before that happens? And that's where, you know, without multiple angles, it's gonna be a close call. Taking a long time with the replay here, so we'll have to see. Shots on goal 7-4 right now in favor of the Wings. They've actually gotten off a couple second and third shot opportunities here. As we're taking another look here on the replay, boy, it is very, very close. Again, I'm not sure how this is going to go. I mean, really, they're going to have to slow it down frame by frame. Hollingsworth is taking a good look at it. Now, as he comes out to the booth, we're going to get the call here. And it is no goal. Calgary wins the challenge. Ross's foot does come down before the goal is scored. So lots of great stick work by the Wings, by both Rabel and Ross, but unfortunately it does not amount to a goal, so Calgary uses the challenge to their advantage. We're back to live action now, under 9 minutes to go here in the first. Score remains 2-0 in favor of the visiting Roughnecks. Dave Walls here for the NLL Network on the Lacrosse Network. Thanks for spending part of your Sunday here with us. Calgary with a shot right into the mask of Croswell. He makes the save. Rebound comes right to White. White will move it up the floor. Good pressure being put on, but White beats the double team. Gets it across the timeline over to Brody Merrill. Wings thought about a fast break. Now the ball is chipped away, but able to recover that time is Crowley. Crowley down low, draws the double team. Looking to get it back up top to Merrill. He does. Wings only had 4 on the floor for a few minutes. Now they got their line on, but with only 10 seconds left. Crowley, again, good one-on-one pressure. Tries to roll inside. Stick checked away that time, and a great defensive opportunity that time by Dan McRae for the Roughnecks. He's able to stick check it, and it's going to be a shot clock violation. So Calgary will get the ball when we come back from this media timeout. Shots on goal 6-5 in favor of the Wings, but with 8:12 to go, it's 2-0 Roughnecks. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on the Lacrosse Network.
Hey fans, enjoy the best franks and sausages that the city of Philadelphia has to offer. Get your Dietz and Watson franks and sausages during tonight's game at any fan favorite stand on the course or after the game.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. 2-0 your score here as the Roughnecks lead the Philadelphia Wings. Dave Walls bringing you the play-by-play. Lots of great action in the NLL this weekend. The Bandits with an exciting 14-13 win over these Wings not 18 hours ago up at the HSBC Arena. Calgary winning their first game over the Mammoth in a crushing fashion, 19-12 in Denver. So Calgary looking for the weekend sweep today. As we come back to live action, it's going to be Calgary's ball as they forced a shot clock violation against the Wings. And we're back underway as the Roughnecks bring it up across the timeline. Over to Veltman. Veltman up top with Ranger, that is. Veltman now back over to Ranger. Now dumps it over on the far side with 15 on the shot clock. Working on Holmes one-on-one. However, we got stoppage of play, and Croswell got run over by Scott Ranger. Now both teams are coming over
Play stopped of 7:53 to go. Not sure what happened there, as attention was being paid towards the ball action up almost near center field, and we had Croswell getting run. Don't see the penalty boxes opening up on either side, so apparently we just had some miscommunication going on here. Referee is trying to sort it all out, getting the net back in place. Well, regardless, we do have some sort of crease violation or something to that degree, but regardless, Philadelphia is going to come away with the ball, and that's the long and the short of it. So play resumes now as the Wings bring it back up across the timeline, and they've got it down low to Rabel on the near side. Rabel drives down low, back up top, was looking for Crowley, passes a little bit air, and it's going to roll all the way off. And it's going to be Calgary getting the turnover and racing quickly back the other way with Harnett on the fast break. Harnett pulls up, now back up top, shoots, knee save made by Croswell. With Snyder looking for his second goal here in the first. Pat Heim gets it up across to Jordan Hall, calling his name for the first time today. Westerveld out there with Hall. Farrell with the ball now. Farrell pulls up, now gets it over on the left-hand side to Buchanan, trying to pass it over. The Wings wanted a call that time, as they were saying there was some stick holding going on, and indeed we're going to get a penalty. It's going to be against the Calgary Roughnecks. Someone for the Wings who was driving to then had their stick held, and he kind of pointed to the sky, but it's the back official who makes the call. But now as we look, it's going to be Jordan Hall going to the box for, there must have been a foul away that we didn't see. But regardless, Hall's going into the box for 2 minutes, so it's going to be the Roughnecks. So away from the ball, Jordan Hall gets 2 for roughing. So instead of the Wings going on the power play, it's going to be the Roughnecks trying to expand their lead to 3-0. First time we've had a power play for either team. Veltman has the ball up top over the left-hand side. Shoots, save made by Croswell, and the tip's over. So it's going to remain Calgary ball with a fresh 30-second shot clock as Rangers' shot goes off the right shoulder of Croswell. Right back to action, Doby. Over to Veltman, now over to the left-hand side. Holding, back up top to Veltman. Shoots, scores! Calgary Roughnecks. Bounce shot goes in on Croswell. And with 6:45 to go, it's the Roughnecks with the power play goal and the 3-0 lead. Tic-tac-toe, simple as that, passing-wise. Let's take a look here at the replay. Croswell, don't know that he saw it all the way. He wasn't really in position for it. He was standing out a little far from the net, and Veltman made it look very easy that time. Evans gets the assist, and Doby gets the assist as well at 6:15. So it's 3-0 Roughnecks. 3 goals and 8 shots. Croswell not starting off well. Now here's a fast break for Calgary as we return to live action. They'll go ahead and pull up, and then Calgary gets their offense right back out in the field. Wings certainly coming out flat here in the first. Have not had much success on either the offensive or defensive ends. Schattler has it over on the near side boards. Now looks, here's the shot. Save made by Croswell. He was hung out to dry 1-0, but comes up strong, and now fast breaking back the other way as Steve Holmes thinks about it. Now he'll stay out on the floor as Rabel has the ball. Rabel drives to the crease, pulls back up, looking for Crowley, but works it one-handed. Now back of the crease, moving right to left. 15 on the shot clock, down 3-0 are the Wings. Buchanan has it. Holding, now up top to Hall. Hall working one-on-one. Tries to hit Crowley on a pass. That goes Aaron. Calgary quickly comes away with the ball, and back the other way come the Roughnecks. The Roughnecks have allowed some shots, but overall have been very strong in their own defensive zone. Schattler has the ball, works good stutter step movement, 1-0. And back of the net, Croswell will move back to cover any air gate style moves. That shot never gets through, but Calgary still holds the ball with 10 on the clock. And back of the net, left-hand side of Croswell. Dump pass, that one goes awry. Save made by Croswell. Mike Manley, the rookie, picks up the loose rebound, and it's the Wings coming back the other way. Brody Merrill brings it up across the timeline. Already just 5 minutes left to go here in the first. 3-0 your score. It's been all Calgary here in the first. Westervelt has the ball. Puts it over on the left-hand side to Buchanan. Buchanan. Check that. It's Ned Karate with it over to Kevin Crowley. Crowley has the ball stick checked away. Can't control it with 5 on the clock, and the Roughnecks, again, good forechecking. They've been doing it all period so far. Rarely has Philadelphia gotten a clean look at anything or any sort of room to even maneuver so far.
So it's the Roughnecks with the ball now, working with 4.5 to go. Here's a shot save made by Croswell. Loose rebound controlled by Holmes. He dives, misses one check, gets knocked down by another, but he's able to get the long pass up to Heim. Good work in the defensive zone by the Wings, beating the double team. And now it's Rabel out there as the Wings have their offensive set out. Buchanan dumps it up top to Crotty. Crotty over to Rabel. Rabel works one-on-one with 10 to go. Unfires a shot, loose, save made. Rebound by Farrell. He tries to wrap it around, but Poulin equal to the challenge. 9 shots, Poulin's blocked them all, and it remains 3-0. Good offensive pressure put on, just got across the timeline. Did Calgary. Now here's a shot and save made by Croswell. The crowd loves that one. Errant pass by Croswell, and it goes into the stick of Brody Merrill, but Merrill checked right away, and Calgary again is going to be able to stop it. Loose ball push on Schattler, though, so when we come back from this media timeout, it'll be the Philadelphia Wings ball. They haven't done much with it so far, according to the scoreboard. 10-9 shots on goal in favor of the Roughnecks. 3:31 left to go. It's 3-0 Calgary. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on the Lacrosse Network.
Looking for a gift for that special wing fan in your life?
3:31 left to go here in the first. It's 3-0 Calgary here from the Wells Fargo Center. Dave Walls here for the National Lacrosse League. NLL fans, don't forget NLL Radio offers the best online radio coverage of the National Lacrosse League. Just visit nll.com/radio and check out our lineup of shows. NLL Radio is pleased to be the new online home of Boxla Beats. It's hosted by Steven Stamp of IL Indoor. Visit nll.com/radio for more information. We're back underway here. They got a promo playing on the board. I promise you we're back underway. Here's a shot by Westervelt. The ball came off the moorings, and as the ball bounces out of play, it's going to be Calgary ball. Don't know if that shot even ever got on net. It bounced right in front of Poulin and then just sort of bounced awry and out of play. 10-9, the shots on goal, pretty even, favoring the Roughnecks, but the scoreboard is all Calgary. 3-0 your score. Roughnecks have been able to get good pressure inside on Croswell, creating many 1-0 and even 2-on-1 opportunities. That's really what has led to this lead so far. Rabel has the ball. Tries to dive inside, now kicks it back outside, moves to the crease. Looks for Hall on the left-hand side. That pass is broken up. Now got a scrum in the far side corner with 10 on the shot clock. Now we've got a reset of the shot clock as Calgary has possession of it, but they are just trapped in their own end. They've got 3 seconds to get across the timeline. Big outlet pass by Poulin, but all he's going to do is just pass it all the way down to Croswell. He'll make the easy play. So good pressure put on by the Wings to force that outlet pass just to clear it. So the Wings, in essence, get a turnover. Not really a turnover, but they get the ball right back. Buchanan drives inside, cut 2 defenders in there. Now he moves over to Crowley, shoots. Low save made by the stick of Poulin. As we hit the 2-minute warning, shots are even 10-10, but that's a very misleading stat. Most of the wing shots have either been from outside or contested inside and not really clear. Good forechecking put on by Manley, the rookie. Schattler is able to hold on to it, dumps it off. Here's a shot and score. Calgary Roughnecks jump out to a 4-0 lead that time. Schattler sets it all up by beating the pressure of Manley on the near side boards. He runs down and he's able to dump it off to Sean Evans, standing right in front of the crease. As you take a look at the replay, just nobody home, and Manley dumps Evans, but by that time, the ball's already in the back of the net. Good rush that time by the Roughnecks, and the Wings have to figure something out here because they are just getting killed here in the first, both on the offensive and defensive sides. 4-0 your score here with 1:42 left to go here in the first. Loose ball, Philly's able to pick it up. They could sure use a goal here before the end of the first. Holmes gets the ball checked away by Snyder. Snyder just stands him up at the center line with 90 seconds to go, and it's going to be the Roughnecks again with possession. And how many times have the Roughnecks so far in this game really been able to neutralize the Wings in the middle of the field and create turnover opportunities or sloppy plays? We've seen it time and time again. Doby has the ball on the near side boards. Screen being put in front of him, but now he's able to come back up top. Doby still holding with 6 on the shot clock. Rolling now down low towards the crease at 4, 3, 2. He's got to take a long distance shot, and he bounces it in. Save made by Croswell. And as we're under 1 minute to play, Reynolds will bring the ball up across the timeline for the Wings, and actually he'll go ahead and dump that off to a breaking Westervelt. Westervelt with the hat trick last night so far has only had the one shot opportunity. Bad passing there by the Wings with 13 on the shot clock. Ross, again, pressure put on him by the Roughnecks. They have been stifling on defense, and now last scoring opportunity probably of the first quarter here. It's going to be going towards the Roughnecks, breaking the other way. Evans has it with 25 on the clock. There's about a 4-second differential between shot and game clock. Poulin coming to the bench. Empty net for Calgary here, so they're going to go for the extra attacker here to end the first period. And we also have a delayed penalty coming up against the Wings. So as the shot comes loose, it's actually they have to rush back because there was no over and back violation as it went off a wing, and it almost rolled into the Calgary net, but fortunately it's being tipped away, and now finally the referee will go ahead and blow the play dead. Second power play coming up for the Roughnecks as we have a cross-checking call coming up. 6.3 left to go here in the first. Hall again goes off, second penalty of the game for him. He gets the cross-check at 14:54. Working quickly, here's a shot, save made by Croswell. The ball comes loose. Evans will try to dump it out in front of the net, but unable to do so. And mercifully for the Wings, that ends the first period. 13-10 shots on goal, but the first period all Calgary. And as we go to the second, it's 4-0 Roughnecks. You're watching the NLL on the Lacrosse Network. Back after this.
And injuries, visit drdnadler.com for more information or call 1-877-DOC-NECK.
Here with us here on the Lacrosse Network. It's all Calgary so far, 4-0 your score. Hey, Roughnecks fans, don't forget Calgary Roughnecks. They return home to host the Edmonton Rush on Saturday, February 9th. Game time at Scotiabank Saddledome, 7 p.m. For tickets, visit CalgaryRoughnecks.com. And Wings fans, after today's game, the next Philadelphia Wings home game is on Friday, February 8th. It's a special start time at 11 a.m. That's right, you heard me. It's the business version special. It's the Wings hosting the Rochester Nighthawks. Should be a good one. For tickets, visit wingslax.com. And, of course, if you can't get out of the office, as I'm sure a lot of you aren't going to be able to do, don't worry. The Philadelphia Wings game against the Rochester Nighthawks, I should say, will be right here on the Lacrosse Network. So, just kind of keep that in the corner of your computer. When the boss walks by, you can switch back to that spreadsheet. We totally get it. We totally get it. Well, as we get ready to go to the second period, you couldn't have two more opposite types of play go on right now. Calgary has been forechecking, they've been stick checking, they've been creating turnovers left and right, great defensive pressure, and meanwhile for the Wings, what we were worried about in the pregame has really come to happen so far. They've been a half step behind almost the entire first period, and now as they're on the penalty kill right now, Calgary's on the verge of possibly going up 5-0, and certainly not the start that the Wings were hoping to get. Here's a shot, misses the net, and it's going to go awry, so the Wings will go ahead and get possession. They can kill off another 30 seconds of this Jordan Hall penalty. Minute 30 left to go on that penalty. Wings just going to try and hold it here and kill out the 30. It looks like Merrill has the ball. He's got it over on the near side to Buchanan. Just holding, a little bit of stick checking going on now with 10. Philly now will try to move forward, see if they can get a shot out of this. Holding with 5, 4. Now we've got a delayed penalty coming up against the Roughnecks, so the shot by Ross is saved by Poulin, but play is stopped. And we got it looks like a slashing call going on now. So we're going to have a little bit of 4-on-4 for the next minute 3. And indeed, we got Scott Carnegie going off for that slash. 51 seconds the time of the penalty. Well, the referee calls it a hold. Looked more like a slash from here, but hey, it's a 4-on-4, and that's what we got. Philly quickly shoots right away. Easy save made by Poulin, and the Roughnecks will come back the other way. 4-on-4 action again. 47 more seconds left to go on that. So a lot of wide open space here, and if Philly can kick it up a notch, they have shown to have better transition speed this season than in previous seasons. Evans has the ball. Near side, now back up top to Dobie. Now dumps it off on the far side. Rolling. Schattler loses a hold of the ball. Now the ball sky high with 4 on the shot clock. Dobie will have to hurry. Shoots that one. Goes off Merrill. And now Merrill will try to run on the fast break. He scoops it up. But Calgary's able to get back quickly on defense. So it's going to be the Wings. They're going to go on the power play with about 8 left on the shot clock if they hold it. However, tried to pass it over to Westervelt down low. He loses control of the stick, and now it's the Roughnecks. Big outlet pass going the other direction. Good check put on by Rabel as he's able to knock Schattler down. Check that. He's able to knock number 17, Curtis Dixon, down. And so now the Wings on the power play with 47 seconds. First Wings power play. Hall, fresh out of the box, has the ball over to Rabel. Now over the far side, back to Hall. Underhanded shot goes wide. That's going to be an over and back violation. And with exactly 30 seconds left to go on the penalty, that'll do it for the power play. Calgary will hold here and drain out that clock. 2.5 air into the second period, and it's 4-0 Roughnecks. Dave Walls here for the NLL Network. Thanks for spending part of your Sunday with us here on the Lacrosse Network. Ranger has the ball near side. Double team put on him. Holmes able to check the ball away. Lots of stick action going on, and now Ranger is not getting up. He's face down in the corner. Play continues the other way. Didn't see a stick come up high. Just appeared to be hard hit. Ranger runs off. He left his stick and helmet on the floor. Here's a shot. Save made by Poulin. Now we got Snyder getting up in the face of Joel White. Certainly as far as age and experience goes, that'd be a bit of a mismatch for Philadelphia. Now we have a stoppage of play as we get the helmet and stick of Ranger off. He ran right back towards the locker room area. He's certainly got banged up, but now he's already back on the bench. And now White is going to go off for Philadelphia. And the box had initially opened for Calgary, but I don't know that we're going to get anybody. Let's see. I thought we might get minors on both White and on Snyder because they got their sticks up in each other's face, but only the Philadelphia box opens up, so let's see what's going on here.
Wings penalties. Assessed to number 11, Joel White, 2 minutes for roughing. Number 71, Kevin Ross, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of those penalties, 2 minutes, 58 seconds.
So as White goes off for the rough, Ross also gets an unsportsmanlike 5-on-3. The Wings shooting themselves in the foot with penalties here. Here's a shot and score. Right back to live action, and it's Ranger who just uncorks one, tucks it into the corner. Easy power play goal on the 5-on-3, and it's the Roughnecks out now 5-0. As you take a look here at the replay, easy that time as there was a bit of a screen. Croswell probably should have seen it, but still, Ranger just uncorked the cannon that time at an easy 5-0 lead. Face-off violation on Snyder, though, so the Wings will win a rare face-off against Jeff Snyder. So Merrill has the ball. The Wings still shorthanded for another minute 40 here, so they're going to try and kill off this 30-second shot clock. Try to stop the bleeding however possible. Jordan Hall has the ball over near the face-off circle. He's rolling around, now finds Rabel over on the far side. Rabel shoots and scores! And that sound you hear is Philadelphia exhaling, as not only do they get their first goal, but it's Paul Rabel's first lighting of the lamp in the 2013 campaign, and it's a shorty to boot. 5-1 is now your score. Take a look here. I don't know that Calgary was even expecting a shot, but when you got a cannon like Rabel does, you just sit back and you uncork it.
Rabel,
So Hall gets the assist, and Crowley gets the assist as well. It's the shorty making it a 5-1 game. Still a minute 10 to go on the power play for the Roughnecks. But a little bit of life for the first time so far for the Philadelphia Wings. 10 on the shot clock, rolling inside, shooting and score! Doby right in front of the crease, and Croswell just crouches down there. Beautiful stick work by the Roughnecks, and right back the other way. It's the Roughnecks regaining that 5-goal lead, 6-1. Take a look here at the replay. Doby is tied up behind the back and tucks it low side that time. Amazing stick work by Dane Doby. Evans and Ranger get more assists, and it's 6-1 Calgary, but so Croswell just having a heck of a time so far in his first appearance for the Wings. 10:47 here to go in the second. It's Calgary with the ball right now. Far side shot, low and score! Doby again working one-on-one of Brett Manny, and they're able to bounce it in. As we look to the Philadelphia bench, you see Croswell walking around, and Brandon Miller is getting the helmet on. I think we're going to get a goaltender change. Certainly on a couple of those early goals, can't fault Croswell, but that one he probably should have had. So we get the goalie change, and Brandon Miller comes in to hopefully stop the bleeding for the Philadelphia Wings. 7-1 your score here. And amazingly, there's still 10:39 left to go here in the second. There is plenty of time left in this game if the Wings could get hot on defense and start getting a couple more goal-scoring opportunities. So we're back underway, and Reynolds wins the faceoff cleanly against Jeff Snyder, but unable to control the ball, and Snyder runs it back the other way. He has Evans to his left-hand side, instead kicks it back over. Beautiful tic-tac-toe passing, however, kicked away by Miller, and actually the defender as well. Now Philly back the other way on the fast break, rolling, shooting off the crossbar. That one went off the crossbar for Philly. Now here's another shot. Beautiful stick save made by Poole, and he put the stick up into the air and almost swatted it down that time. So good offensive break that time for Philadelphia. One off the crossbar, another one an acrobatic save made by Poole, and it remains a 7-1 score. Now 5 minutes in here into the second. Ranger with the ball back into the game. He cleanly beats a double team, rolls near side, now pass it over far, tries to go low. However, that ball tipped away by Manny, and now the Wings bring it back quickly the other way. Check that Manley on the stop defensively. The rookie for the Wings doing a nice job. Merrill brings it across the timeline for Philadelphia. Now it's Jordan Hall working one-on-one low. Now picks up the double team, trying to hit a breaking Crowley. However, that ball bounces away, and we're going to get an over and back violation as that ball bounced away. So a lot of action here. The Wings finally getting one in the offensive column here, but it's the Roughnecks who have extended their lead to 7-1 with 9:30 left to go here in the second. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on the Lacrosse Network. Back after this.
Learn more at cooperhealth.org or call 1-800-8-COOPER. Tickets for hot dogs, 4 sodas, and 4 popcorns, all starting at only $59. Visit www.wingslax.com for tickets today.
On behalf of all the Philadelphia Wings, I'd like to welcome all of the groups in attendance tonight.
If you are interested in bringing a group to any upcoming Wings games, visit the sales table behind section 114.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. 9:30 left to go here in the second. It's all Calgary 7-1, but some life on the Philadelphia sideline as Paul Rabel has gotten his first goal of this 2013 campaign. Wings fans, again, don't forget the next home game here at the Wells Fargo Center. It's Friday, February 8th. It's a special start time on that Friday, 11 a.m. That's right, play hooky because it's the business person special. The Rochester Nighthawks are coming to town, and we want you here on a Friday afternoon. If you can't make it, of course, we had to be here for you on the Lacrosse Network, but we want you in-house. Get your tickets at wingslax.com. Shots on goal have been pretty even all game long. It's the Roughnecks up on that category, 16-15. As we get back to live action, it's Evans with the ball, near side. Dixon is able to break free, shoots. Good save made by Miller that time, and the crease violation called on Dixon as we ran through. So good to see Brandon Miller get a couple touches and get back into the game. Right back the other way come the Wings as we approach the 9-minute mark. It's Crotty on the near side. Crotty with Buchanan in front of him on the screen. Tries to dump down low, now gets it over to Buchanan. Actually, the pass goes awry, but he'll chase that down. 10 on the shot clock. Crotty. A little bit of stick work behind the net by the Wings as well. Here's a shot, save, rebound, score! Paul Rabel gets number 2. The rebound coming right to him, almost in a similar fashion to the game-tying goal that Philadelphia had shorthanded in the fourth last night. It bounced off and went right into Rabel's stick. Quick stick back into the net and score. And now it's 7-2. Take a look at the replay here. The goal comes at 6:09 here in the second.
Scored by number 9, Paul Rabel. The assist, number 22, Ned Crotty, along with number 27, Kevin Buchanan. Goal scored in 6 minutes, 9 seconds.
As we're back to live action, Calgary had won the ball, turnover, and it goes back fast break style for the Wings, but Poulin's able to make the save. Now right in front of the crease, Snyder had a 1-0 against Miller, but missed the net. Evans is able to pick it back up for Calgary, though. And they will now reset with a fresh, actually they did not get a reset of the shot clock, 15 on the clock. And now a double team in the far side corner are the Wings. Really grinding up there, a lot of physical play down there, a lot of bodies flying around, only 7 on the shot clock. Now Calgary is able to break free. They get over to the crease, save made by Miller, delayed call though. It's going to go against the Wings as White takes a tumble. We're going to get a holding call, looks like it's going against Hartzell. And Calgary will go back on the power play here with 8:03 left to go in the second. Kyle Hartzell, the acquisition from the Washington Stealth, will go off now. That comes at 6:57 here of the second. Calgary 1 for 2 on the power play. So, excuse me, check that. 2 for 3 on the power play today. They get their 4th opportunity here. Ranger, quick tic-tac-toe passing over to Evans. Now in front of the crease. It went off the stick of Doby, but still bounced in on net. Now away from the ball. We get a loose ball violation. Hand pass, it looks like, and it's going to go over towards the Philadelphia Wings. Merrill brings it up across. So Paul Rabel's 2 goals have given Philadelphia a little bit of life, but the Wings killing off another penalty here in the midway through the second. It's 7-2 Calgary. Ross has the ball, killing off some of this time. Now with 10, he'll make a run towards the net. Has some room, but now tries to get towards the crease. Got a hold, but Ross falls into the crease first. Sticks coming up after play as Ross was trying to run away. He accidentally ran into a roughneck, and now sticks on both sides coming up right now. Cooler heads prevail as the officials are able to break that one up. 1:20 left to go on the Hartzell penalty. Roughnecks come back down for their second try on this power play. 20 on the shot clock, up top to Veltman. He's got Ranger, and then down low is Evans. Evans back up top to Veltman. Veltman behind the back pass, shoots, hits the crossbar. Beat Miller cleanly, but clanked it off the corner, and Manley's able to scoop it up for the Wings, and he's able to get it up to Brett Manny, who brings it across. The host of Philly Lax Live here on the Comcast Network, but Manny's pass goes awry and right into the Wings bench. Unforced error that time on the Wings, and a break for the Roughnecks as they're going to get one more offensive set out of this power play. So Ranger has it over to Veltman, over to Evans now. Evans over near the face-off circle. Gets over far side, shoots. Good knees and stick save made by Miller. Long outlet pass looking for Brody Merrill. Off the stick and still loose. Ball being kicked around. Merrill still has it. Now over to the stick of Poulin, and the Roughnecks get it. They've got 15 on the power play. They're going to have to hurry if they want to get a shot off of the advantage. Evans has it, uncorks it, shoots. Another one off the crossbar. The iron unkind for Scott Evans. 2 in a row for the Wings. Now a loose ball check, knocks over Holmes. Now we have a whistle, stoppage of play. And now we're going to get a penalty, and this one's going against the Roughnecks. And with only 1 second left to go on the Roughnecks penalty, it's basically going to be a full power play for the Philadelphia Wings. So a couple lucky breaks there for the Wings, and now they'll get a chance to make it a 4-goal deficit. Shatler with the check from behind. 8:56 for the penalty.
77, Jeff Shatler, 2 minutes for a check from behind. Time of that penalty, 8:56. Ladies and gentlemen,
so now with the Wings on the power play, let's see what they can do here. They've already gotten one short-handed from Rabel. It's Hall with a shot. He goes low, kick save and a beauty by Poole, and now fast break the other way. 1-0. Wings trying to come back the other way. Good hitting put on by Buchanan. He's able to get a body on him. So Carnegie's just going to have to hold it and hope get some help. Right now there's only 3 Calgary players on the floor. Now they finally get the rest of their offensive set out there. 10 on the shot clock. 5.5 to go. Shot that time goes awry. Goes off a wing player. Philadelphia takes possession. Jordan Hall brings it back up. Now right in the crease. Shot. Shoulder save made by Poole, and ball goes off the back of the net that time, and he'll go back to scoop it up. Snyder receives the long outlet pass, and he'll hold. He's out near center field. Now he'll dump it off in the transition over to Scott Ranger. Ranger holds. 10 on the shot clock. Over to Evans. Evans out near the face-off circle, holding, trying to kill off the full 30 here. Now with 5-4, trying to get something. Over to Dixon, shoots and scores! What stick work by Curtis Dixon that time. He uncorked one almost underhanded, and the speed of it, I don't think Miller was prepared for it. With 4:46 to go, it's an 8-2 lead. Check this replay as Dixon has it, and just boom, no big windup. He just almost the equivalent of like a wrist shot where he just took it and bang, quick stick action that time. Beautiful work by the Roughnecks, creating something out of nothing. Ranger assisted by Evans. And now Evans has it on the fast break right off the faceoff. Save made by Miller. Ball's loose. Hall's able to check it away, but Calgary has it. Big scrum for it on the near side boards. Hartzell's down there. Snyder's down there. Everybody's down there with the exception of maybe a defenseman on both sides. And we have a tie-up, and the ball's going to go to the Wings when we come back from this media timeout. Another shorthanded goal by the Roughnecks increased their lead with 4:23 to go. It's 8-2 in favor of Calgary. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on the Lacrosse Network.
Rest, ice, compression, such as an ACE bandage, elevation, and support, such as a brace or a crutch.
It is imperative to follow these guidelines in order to get yourself back in the game. At Cooper Bone and Joint Institute, they score by keeping you in the game.
Hey fans, I'm here in section 101.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center 4:23 left to go here in the first half. It's 8-2 in favor of the Roughnecks. The Wings still have a power play for 19 more seconds. Dave Walls here from the Wells Fargo Center. Thanks so much for spending part of your day with us here. The NLL on the Lacrosse Network is your home for live broadcasts of every NLL game, now powered by YouTube. Watch every NLL game live on your PC, laptop, iPad, smartphone, and yes, even on your television. Watch the games anywhere and take the NLL on the Lacrosse Network wherever you're going, every game, every night. Let's take a look at the out-of-town scoreboard. It's Toronto with the 13-12 win over the Swarm. 19-12, the Roughnecks got their first win. Toronto 11-7, keeping Rochester at 0-3, and Minnesota beat Washington as well last night, 15-14.
Those are your out-of-town scores brought to you by Toyota.
So Schattler's going to be coming out of the box shortly in 19 seconds. Shots on goal, favor of the Roughnecks, 24-20. It's Evans who holds the ball. Initial signal by the referees before the media timeout was it was going to be Philadelphia ball, but they've apparently reversed that decision. So Calgary will kill the rest of this penalty with 4, 3, 2, 1, and now we're back to even strength. Dixon was breaking towards the net, but the pass couldn't find him. It's going to be a shot clock violation that time, as Veltman wasn't aware how low the shot clock even was. So the Wings will bring it back up now that we're under 4 minutes left to go here in the second period. 8-2 your score. Rabel and Corcoran. That one got deflected, hit Poulin, and bounced away. I don't know that Poulin ever even saw that shot as it hit somebody in all that traffic up front, but he was able to get a piece of it nonetheless. Hebner has it, near side. Now dumps it up top to Ranger. Ranger holding. Now far side to Doby. Doby was looking down low for Schattler. Can't find him, so Doby holds with 7. And now over on the near side. Tried to hit a breaking Heavner was Jackson Decker, but he's unable to do so. The Wings will take possession. So 2 good defensive sets for the Philadelphia Wings. They bring the ball up across the timeline. Reynolds has it. He comes off in transition. He dumps it over to Ross. Now bringing it up top is Crotty. Crotty over to Farrell. Farrell rolling, finds some pressure. Now he brings it up top. Now back over on the far side. Holding the ball. The ball's loose. We've got a delayed call, though. It's going against the Roughnecks. Roughnecks will go ahead and take position here. And we've got a slashing call that's going to go against Calgary. So Philadelphia is going to get another power play. And it's going to be Jeff Snyder visiting one of his favorite parking spots here at the Wells Fargo Center. He visited it often when he was a member of the Wings over into the penalty box. So the slashing call at 12-14 against Snyder, and if you're a Wing fan, you have to hope that you get a goal here and you can maybe hold it and go into the locker room down 5. At least you got some room to move. The Wings have come back from deficits against Toronto on the road, coming back from 3 down with 5 minutes to go in the game, winning that one 8-7. Last night, coming back from a 3-goal deficit against Buffalo. Here's a shot that misses, but Philadelphia is able to hold and get in a fresh 30. So Philadelphia has the potential to come back from these deficits. A shot by Buchanan, tipped away, but comes right back to him. Now holding on the near side, looking for Hall. However, that pass intercepted, and it's going to be picked up by Carnegie. Carnegie is able to get the ball, and he'll bring it over to Hartnett. Hartnett brings it up across the timeline, and now a transition play for the Roughnecks as Schattler has it out near the face-off circle. Hitting the 2-minute warning here of the first half, 8-2 Calgary, and it's as bad as the score sounds. The Wings showing a little bit of life here and there, but for the most part, offensively, it has been all Roughnecks. Again, another good pass, underhanded shot that time by Schattler. Save made by Miller. Quick outlet pass to Hartzell. He'll try to run down on the fast break, 2-on-1 if they hurry. Hartzell holds it, and that time shoulder saved by Poulin. Faked the pass over to Westervelt on the right-hand post, and instead tried to tuck it up high, but Poulin equal to the challenge. So another 30 seconds will get killed off here by the Roughnecks. Philly should get the ball back with about 10 to go on the power plays. We're under 90 seconds here in the first half. Evans holds the ball. And now the ball tipped away, and the Wings will again bring it back. They hurry 2-on-1, but again, they'll hold up this time as Brody Merrill has it. 25 to go. They're going to get a full 30-second shot clock out of this. Quick shot by the Wings and a save made by Poole, and so again not setting up the offense. And now they run back the other way, shoots, hits the crossbar. Schattler hit the crossbar. Third hit crossbar of the period for the Roughnecks. They have had their opportunities to break this open even wider, but Miller has stood equal to most challenges and knocked a couple off the iron as well. Under a minute to go here. We're back to even strength. Here's a shot, again, save made by Miller, but the loose rebound comes to Calgary, and they will again get a fresh 30. Underhanded shot that time goes wide. Now Philly has the ball. 6-second differential between shot and game clock. Manny holds it, looking for some help. He gets it now and dumps it up top to Ross. Ross holds the ball, looking for more. Now he's got it. Rabel far side. Now we got an illegal screen as someone got knocked down on the Roughnecks side. I think Crowley was guilty of that screen. And now empty net situation for Calgary as they'll again pull Pullman for the extra attacker with the last shot. Shot clock turned off now with 8. 7. Veltman holds it over to Evans with 5. Evans holds, far side shooting, big diving save by Miller. He'll put the stick on it, and that ends the first half of action here at the Wells Fargo Center. So it's been all Calgary. Paul Rabel keeping Philadelphia alive offensively in this game with the only 2 goals so far. Shots on goal 28-23, but it has been all Roughnecks. Your score at the half, Calgary 8, Philadelphia 2. We'll be back with some halftime statistics, and I need a drink of water. We'll be coming back with all of that in just a minute here. You're watching the National Lacrosse League on the Lacrosse Network.
Hey fans, please join me in congratulating Skyhawks Lacrosse, who won this afternoon's Bergey's Cup High School Lacrosse Tournament here at the Wells Fargo Center. Presenting the cup is Wings owner Michael French and legendary wing Jake Bergey.
Ladies and gentlemen, right now we welcome tonight's Tykes on Turf Haddonfield Lacrosse.
Philadelphia. Calgary Roughnecks leading at 8-2 at the half. Welcome into the halftime show. I'm Dave Walls for the NLL Network. Thanks so much for watching wherever you're watching, whether you're in Calgary, Philadelphia, Arizona, wherever you're at. Thanks so much for spending a part of your Sunday here with us. In-studio producer is John Barchard. Couldn't do it without him. Thank you so much for that. This copyright telecast of the National Lacrosse League Incorporated may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the National Lacrosse League. And if you're a Wings fan, there hasn't been much worth replaying in this first half. They go down 8-2, shots on goal. Pretty close. Roughnecks broke it open late, 28-23 in that department. Let's go ahead and give you a bit of a recap of the action. Depending on how you look at it, it was either the perfect first half or it was just an absolute train wreck. If you're a Roughnecks fan, it came early and often. Snyder opened it up right off the faceoff. He got tied up in about a 10-second faceoff with Jeff Reynolds and then finally scooped the ball up, beat a double team, and was able to put it in on Croswell. He gets the unassisted goal at 15 seconds. Dane Doby, he gets his 300th career point as an NLL player at 151 and dumps it in thanks to Veltman and Ranger. Veltman would add a power play goal at 8:15, and Evans gets his first goal of the match at 13:17. And that was all for the first quarter. Not a lot of action on the Wings sideline. Again, we were worried about them coming off flat off the trip from Buffalo. We saw some slow legs out there in the beginning, and certainly that cost them in the first quarter. Second quarter, more of the same, although the Wings started to come to life a little bit. Roughnecks made it 5-0 thanks to a Scott Ranger power play goal. But then Paul Rabel notched goals 1 and 2, and certainly Wings fans breathing a sigh of relief to see him light the lamp. Two good shots for him. The first one, a shorty that came at 3:33. The Roughnecks would answer right back, though. 2 goals in 30 seconds. Actually, in 23 seconds. Dane Doby with the power play goal, and then the clincher there at 4:21, and that sealed the fate of Kevin Croswell on the day. Croswell, 17 shots seen. He had 11 saves. Certainly hung out to dry in a couple. The last 2 probably should have seen, and that's when Coach Johnny Meridian made the switch back to Brandon Miller. Miller's been doing a good job as well. He's given up 2 more. Actually, the second, let's see, he did get one to Scott Ranger as well at 10:14. Rabel got his second at 6:09, so that's where we stand. Rabel with the only goals for Philadelphia. Assists by Crowley, Buchanan, Ned Crotty, and Jordan Hall is it for the Wings. On the Roughnecks side, it's Snyder, 1 goal, 6 loose balls for him. Evans already with 5 points on the night, 1 goal, 4 assists. Dixon with 3 assists. Veltman 1 and 2. Doby already with the hat trick on the night, 3 goals and 1 assist. Ranger well on his way as well, 2 and 1. Assists also put in by Shatler with 2, and McFetridge with 1. 19 saves from Mike Poulin as well. Face-off stats, Jeff Snyder is 8 for 12, 67%. And the Wings, as funny as it sounds, when you're keeping Jeff Snyder to a 67% win percentage of faceoffs, it's actually not too bad, as Costabile, Reynolds, and Hartzell have all seen time in the faceoff circle for the Wings. 8-2 is your score. We'll take one more quick timeout here, and when we come back, we'll go ahead and recap the rest of the action around the National Lacrosse League and get set for one more great half of lacrosse here from the Wells Fargo Center. You're watching the NLL on the Lacrosse Network.
Whether it's a branded company gift or custom team apparel and trophies, our team can help make any season a success. Come see our newly remodeled facility and turf practice field in Mount Laurel, New Jersey. MJ Corporate Sales, the fans' choice for work and play. Burlington County Eye Physicians are the official eye care center for the Wings. Your eyesight is a cornerstone for how you experience the world. At Burlington County Eye Physicians, we've been helping people improve the quality of their lives with our vision correction procedures. We offer a variety of vision correction procedures, and one may be right for you. We have locations in Willingboro and Morristown, New Jersey, and Langhorne, Pennsylvania. Visit bci.com for more information. Ladies and gentlemen, let's have a nice round of applause for the kids from Haddonfield Lacrosse.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center here. Halftime as the Roughnecks enjoy an 8-2 lead over the Philadelphia Wings. Dave Walls with the play-by-play today. Thanks for spending part of your Sunday with us here. Quite a few games going on in the NLL Week 4 action, as certainly We've seen all the teams, I believe, in action this weekend. Friday night had a 3-pack of games for you. First, Toronto, in midst of winning 2 games this weekend, they were able to pull out the 1-point win over the Minnesota Swarm, 13-12. Garrett Billings with 8 points on the night there. And Tyler Carlson in net for the Minnesota Swarm in the losing effort did very well as well. There were 46 big saves. The Rock, though, closed it out thanks to a 5-0 run. Stefan LeBlanc getting the game winner at 8:58. Moving on from there was these same Roughnecks who, believe it or not, you wouldn't know it by the way they're playing. They started off this weekend 0-2, and they were trying to piece it together, and boy, did they ever. In Denver, as they crushed the Colorado Mammoth by a score of 19-12. As we mentioned in the pregame show, Sean Evans, 13 points, and Mike Poland came up strong with 38 saves. It was actually a 4-1 game in favor of Colorado in the first, but then you look, and then the rest of it, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, counting right now, 6, 7, 8, 9, a 10-1 run in favor of the Calgary Roughnecks, and at half it was 11-6, and Calgary continued to pour it on, and despite a 3-0 run by the Mammoth, it was just too little, too late. John Grant Jr. getting the hat trick in that in the losing effort. Moving on for the last of the Friday night games, we had the Washington Stealth battling the Edmonton Rush, and a very close matchup there as well. What proved to be the turning point in the game in the Stealth's 12-10 victory. Edmonton shut out in the third, Washington outscoring them 3-0 there. Cliff Smith with 5 points to lead scorers for the Washington Stealth. Tyler Richards in net for the Stealth, picking up 37 saves. The Stealth, the Rush made it interesting, though, even getting a goal with the extra attacker to make it 11-10 of just 8 seconds left. Corey Small did that, but Sorensen won the faceoff and was able to toss it into the empty net to seal that 12-10 victory. Moving on to Saturday, we had Toronto just beating the Rochester Nighthawks pretty easily by a score of 11-7, and Rochester, the defending champs, coming in with the Dawson brothers off the trade. They still have a Kersey, they have Matt Vince in net, and they just haven't been able to put it together one way or another. Rochester only scoring 1 second-half goal in that matchup. It was all Toronto, 11-7. Garrett Billings, 6 points. Nick Rose, 40 saves on the night. And we went into that game tied up 6-6. It was a very close matchup, but as you go down the list here, it was all Toronto in the second half. Garrett Billings with a couple goals. Josh Sanderson, that is, securing the game late in the fourth quarter with 2 goals in about 17 seconds there. And finally, these same Philadelphia Wings with a hard battle in Buffalo last night, coming up just short by a score of 14-13. It was Luke Wiles scoring in the waning moments of that matchup. He did so on a questionable call that even the Buffalo announcers, John Gertler and company, and Randy Means were looking at that one saying, I think that one's coming back. Very, very close. Wings fans, of course, think it's on the crease. Buffalo says, nope, good goal, let's go home. And ultimately, the referees looked at the replay and decided that it was a good goal as well. But stellar effort all the way around for the Philadelphia Wings. 4 minutes away from the third half. We will take a quick 2-minute timeout. When we come back, we've got your third quarter action right here, the National Lacrosse League on the Lacrosse Network.
Maximus. By jumping, shaking, bending, wriggling, and even contorting, the contestant must get all 8 balls to exit the box. No hands allowed. Failure to complete this task in 60 seconds may result in elimination.
Hey fans, I'm here with Nate and Nick for the Jack and Jill Minute to Wing It. You saw what they need to do, now let's cheer them on. Go ahead, guys. Congratulations, he's won a Jack and Jill prize pack.
Jan Argonash, 26, of Scranton, gave his life for the freedom of Americans while serving in Afghanistan. A veteran of Operation Iraqi Freedom with nearly 10 years of service in the Pennsylvania Army National Guard, Sergeant Argonash volunteered to help train soldiers of the Afghan National Army. It was his third deployment since the September 11, 2001 terrorist attacks. During his tour in Iraq, his duties included the capture and detention of several high-level fugitives and received numerous service awards, including the Bronze Star, Purple Heart, and National Defense Service Medal. Jan gave his life to secure a better, safer future for his son, family, and all Americans. Along with his parents, Sergeant Argonash is survived by a son, Jacob, age 14, a brother, Nicholas, and wife, Leanne of Westchester, a sister, Elizabeth, and husband Scott of Exton, maternal grandmother Betty Lorick of Scranton, uncles, aunts, nieces, and cousins. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand and give a standing tribute in honor of Jan Michael Argonash.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. Second half getting ready to get underway here with the Calgary Roughnecks currently leading the Philadelphia Wings 8-2. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed your break. Got a little water here in the booth. I think we're all properly refreshed, ready for some more exciting action. The Wings looking to turn on the afterburners here in the second half, down 6 right now. Dave Walls here for the National Lacrosse League right here on the Lacrosse Network. Thank you so much for everyone and their help in getting this game on. In studio producer here is John Barchard at the Wells Fargo Center. Thanks so much to him for his help as well. Finishing the halftimes presentations here. Of course, you'll notice the Wings wearing their red camouflage jerseys, which are mighty sharp, I have to admit. If the wife would let me, I would probably get one. But what do you do? What do you do? She controls the checkbook. It's all good by me. But they are being auctioned off after. I'm just kidding, honey. I love you. They are being auctioned off after the game, and all proceeds are going to be going towards the Wounded Warrior Project. Certainly a worthy cause in the Wings. Second year that they have done that as well, and certainly a great charitable cause for Philadelphia and for the National Lacrosse League. So the Wings are going to again start moving right to left on your screen. Snyder down to take the face-off again with Reynolds. And we're back to live action, and immediately a face-off violation by Reynolds. He keeps trying to get that quick jump, and you can't blame him, but the referee has been calling him on it today. So Snyder wins the face-off, and it's going to be the Roughnecks getting their first series here. Over to Schattler. Schattler unable to control that time. Good stick checking put on that time by the Wings. Ball still rolling around loose on the turf. Schattler's going to pick it up. And actually, it's going to be Evans who brings it down low, moving left to right. 8 on the shot clock. Pass off the boards, received by Schattler with 4-3. That one tipped away into the net with 2. We're going to say it actually went off the stick of the Roughnecks last. So the Wings hold strong on their first defensive set. Now they'll come back out down 6. As Seek and Destroy plays in the background. The Wings trying to get riled up here in the second. They need to start putting it in the back of the net and do so in a hurry. Westerveld out there. Ross has on the far side. Tries a bounce shot. However, that goes awry. Never gets on net. Bounces into the netting, and so it's going to be right back towards the Roughnecks. Shots on goal, 28-23 in favor of Calgary here. Generally, it's been within about a shot each way so far in this game. Calgary was able to break it open late in the second quarter. Tried to hit a diving Dane Doby through the crease that time, but unable to do so. Dixon getting mixed up right now with Wiedmeyer. Sticks come up high. Referee gives them a couple words. They separate back to their benches, and we're back to live action. Ethan Farrell, the rookie out there, hasn't gotten a lot of touches so far today. He's being worked on He gets it over on the right-hand side. Now back up top to Hall. Hall with room to look. It was trying to hit Westervelt in back of the net, unable to do so. And with 5 on the shot clock, it's going to be the Roughnecks who take the ball back the other way. And this one bounces off the boards and almost out of play, but it takes a Philadelphia bounce right into the waiting stick of Ned Karate. He brings the ball over to Crowley, and Karate comes off on a substitution. Rabel has the ball, 2 goals for him. He's got the only one so far for the Wings. He dumps back up to Crowley. Room to shoot and score! Philadelphia Wings. Kevin Crowley with his first lighting of the lamp so far this weekend. He was held goalless last night. A couple assists for Crowley. But Crowley gets the goal, and now it's 8-3 as the Wings score at the 156 mark here of the third quarter, on their first shot of the quarter, I should say. Take a look at the replay. Rabel is going to get the assist as he just dumps it up, and look at that shot.
Kevin Crowley, the assist, number 9, Paul Rabel, along with number 22, Ned Karate.
So at 156, PA announcer Kevin Casey really gets into that one as the Wings now just down by 5. It's Rabel and Karate on the assist at 156. Karate just sort of unleashed the cannon there, and Poulin wasn't able to really even move towards it. Wings have the ball. It's Rabel. Delayed penalty coming up against the Roughnecks. Miller racing towards the bench. 10 on the shot clock. Extra attacker out for Philadelphia as Brody Merrill's out there. Rabel. Left-hand side now up top to Westervelt. Shoots. Save made by Poulin, but they're going to get the rebound. Philadelphia's going to get a fresh 30. Rabel holds down to the far side to Jordan Hall. He's unable to find any room. He brings it back up top. Delayed penalty coming up against Calgary. Now over to Westervelt. Far side. Back over to Rabel. He had room to shoot. Save, and that one did not go into the net. I thought it did, but now Calgary's going to go ahead and get it. Rabel, if he had worked a quick stick, I think he had an open net to work there. Just hesitated enough for Poulin to get into place. But it's going to be a Philadelphia power play. And here we go. McFetridge is going to go off for the Roughnecks. Penalty at 3 minutes even.
Calgary penalty sets to number 8, Peter McFetridge. 2 minutes for holding. Time for that penalty, 3 minutes.
So at the 3-minute mark, McFetridge goes off for the hold. First power play of the second half. It goes to the Wings. So the Wings already scoring a goal and now getting the power play opportunity. Hall has it. Creeping is Buchanan. Now back up to Hall. Shoots. That one goes off the board. Hall gets the rebound. The ball's loose. And another delayed penalty coming up against the Roughnecks. Miller looking to run. Shoot. Score! As Miller was coming off, everybody got a little distracted on defense, and that created an opening on the far-hand side, the left-hand side, and the Wings are able to tuck it in. So forget the extra power play. It's 8-4 now as the Wings slowly climbing back into this one. Take a look at the replay as we await the official call here. Wasn't able to see the license plate of the guy who got it in. We do have an injured Roughneck down at the same time near the face-off circle. That ball just sort of got tucked in. As you look here, Poulin thought he had it covered, and it just got in.
Number 71, Kevin Ross. The assist, number 27, Kevin Buchanan, along with number 44, Jordan Hall. Time of that goal, 3 minutes, 22 seconds.
All right, and so Ross will get it, and coming off on the play, Dan McRae, the defenseman.
Legal cross check. Time of that penalty was 3 minutes, 22 seconds.
So as Carnegie goes off, the Wings are now back on a fresh 2-minute power play. However, it's Snyder on the shorthanded opportunity, and he scores! Jeff Snyder, second time he's done that. He's won the quick face-off and rushed right down to the other side. A backbreaker against the Wings. The Roughnecks back out by 5. Take a look here. Snyder just beats Hartzell cleanly, and boom, over the right shoulder of Brandon Miller. And you think Snyder isn't excited?
For Jeff Snyder, it's an unassisted goal scored at 3 minutes, 29 seconds.
So an unassisted goal, the second of the game for Snyder. And, you know, we were talking before the game, Snyder was more known back in the day, you know, in his Philadelphia days, I would say, for his pugnaciousness. You know, he wasn't afraid. If you came to a Wings game, you knew Snyder was probably getting in a fight. Snyder still gets in his penalties and occasionally gets in his fights, but his play has increased so much as far as his loose balls, his ability to win the faceoffs, create those fast break opportunities. Snyder has really grown and matured as a player here in the NLL. as that shot goes awry by Westervelt and off into the netting. It's going to be the Roughnecks ball with 1:22 left to go on the penalty to Scott Carnegie. 9-4, floodgates have started to open up a little bit here for Philadelphia. The Snyder shorty, though, really slowing down the momentum here. 10:47 left to go in the third. 12 on the shot clock. Roughnecks just holding to kill to 30 seconds off of the shot clock here. Kill a little bit more time off that penalty with 5-4. Gets the low bounce shot. Save made by Miller. Another area where Miller has really made a lot of progress in improving his game. By the end of last year, I think teams had, the word was out that if you could get a bounce shot low in on Miller, your odds of success were a little bit higher, but he has really made great strides and really improving that one. 15 on the shot clock for the Wings. They hold down low. Score! Quick stick passing that time, and they find a wing down low on the left-hand side, and that's going to be Ross again. He tucks it in low. It's a power play goal at 4:47, and it's now 9-5 as the Wings claw back in this third quarter. Kevin Casey will give us the goal announcement here as you take a look at the replay as Ross gets another one here in the third.
Wings goal is second of the night, scored by number 71, Kevin Ross. The assist, number 10, Kevin Crowley, along with number 44, Jordan Hall. Time of that goal, 4 minutes, 47 seconds.
So another goal for Ross, second of the night. It's Costabile, the rookie, who beats Snyder on the faceoff. So the Wings have the ball. Crowley has it. That shot, however, tipped away. So the ball is loose in the corner. Shot clock reset, but the ball loose on the turf. Shot clock not rolling yet, but now it is. And now we're going to have a delayed penalty, and it's going against the Roughnecks. Fighting down low in the corner, and it's going to be Calgary who's going to go off for a slash, I believe. We've got a media timeout, and it's going to be McBride going off. We'll sort out all the penalties, and when we come back, it's 9-5. Wings going back on the power play. The NLL on the Lacrosse Network.
Hey fans, I'm here with Bill, who's just won a night stay provided by Starwood Properties. Sheridan Suites, Philadelphia Airport, and Aloft Philadelphia Airport are proud partners in the official hotel of the Philadelphia Wings. Come and discover affordable luxury and watch a great Wings lacrosse game.
Hey fans, tonight's Pansini and Mesro Launch a Ball charity is the Wounded Warrior Project. Help them raise funds and put money in your pocket. If you have a red ball, let's see it, hold it nice and high. If you don't have one, go get one. Visit the Launch a Ball table on the concourse and purchase one ball for $2 or 3 for $5. After the game, you can throw the ball on the turf for a chance to win a cash prize. Pansini and Mesro, we're facing off.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. 9:40 left to go here in the third. Wings going back on the power play. They're down 4 right now, 9-5 to the Calgary Roughnecks. Wings fans, don't forget, next home game is right here at the Wells Fargo Center. It's a special one, though, Friday, February 8th. We'll get you that in a second. McFetridge goes off for roughing, and so the Wings on a 2-minute power play. We'll get you the rest of that in just a moment here. Holding. The Wings is holding the ball, looking for the right shot. Now they had Ross down low by the crease. Crowley uncorks one, shoots, goes wide. We get a reset of the shot clock, though. Ross able to pick it up, but now the ball comes loose and right over to Mike Carnegie. Carnegie, however, falls on the play. And just with a second or two left to go, it's going to be McRae who's able to get it up across the timeline. 15 on the shot clock, 9 minutes left to go here in the third. 9-5 your score. Low shot that comes in on Miller. He's able to make the stick save, and Reynolds will bring it quickly back up in the transition. 1:05 left to go here on the power play for the Wings. Crowley has it now over on the right-hand side. Excuse me, the far side, I should say. Westervelt has it now to the right of Poulin. Now over cross crease on the other side. Crowley up top, has Rabel in back of him instead. Now back to Crowley. Now over to Rabel. He shoots. Save made by Poulin, but quick stick by the Wings. They get the ball back. Westervelt had an opening, tried the difficult shot, and was able to get it. But again, the Wings picking up the ball, and they get a fresh 30. Rabel now back in that shoot, scores! Drew Westervelt from the back of the crease dives and wraps it around the net. Power play goal for the Wings, and it's now a 3-goal game, 9-6. You could see that Westervelt was angling himself in back of the net, and Rabel spotted him, was able to hit him, and Poulin was not able to turn around in time. Here's the PA announcement as you watch this replay.
Scored by number 26, Drew Westervelt. The assist, number 9, Paul Rabel, along with number 71, Kevin Ross. Time of that goal, 6 minutes, 48 seconds.
Westervelt tiptoes the line there. Amazing body control there as we come back to live action. Shoot crease violation by Jackson Decker. And so the Wings bring it across the line. White has the ball for the Wings. He dumps it off in transition to Crowley. Crowley being worked one-on-one. He drives inside. Has some room. There's a shot. Oh, it got past Poulin, but just bounced over. Ross with the bounce shot that time. Calgary picks up the loose rebound. They'll bring it back up the other way. Carnegie has the ball. Tries a long outlet pass. Misses the connection, but Calgary is now fighting for the ball over the far side corner. Good forecheck put on by Rabel. Stick checks it out of there. Plenty of people over there working. Chad Wiedmeyer over there working for the Wings as well. The Roughnecks come away with it. 12 on the shot clock. Lots of stick checking going on both sides. Only 4 players out there for the Roughnecks right now, and they are at regular strength. A little bit of miscommunication there on behalf of the Roughnecks. And so the Wings will bring back the ball the other way. 7 minutes left to go here in the third, and a 3-goal game. The Wells Fargo Center has a little more energy than we certainly had in the first half. That's for sure, as the fans are coming alive here. 4 goals scored by the Wings here midway through the third. Westervelt with a nice pass to Crowley. Shoots, had Poulin beat far side, just put it wide. Now the ball bounces over the glass, and it's going to be Roughnecks ball. We've got a down player for the Roughnecks over by the faceoff circle. It's McRae. He got injured earlier in the second quarter, and he's been very slow. He's been beat up trying to game it out, but he's certainly not at 100%. He's able to jog it off over to the bench, so that's a good sign for Roughneck fans. Doby has the ball near the timeline. He's able to go over to Scott Ranger. Far side, rolling around to Dixon. Shoots low, save made by Miller. I tell you what, Miller has really put the brakes on this Calgary offense so far since coming in relief of Kevin Croswell, who was giving Miller the day off today. Attempted pass for Farrell goes off his stick, but Farrell's able to scoop it back up. Now finally gets back out to Rabel. 12 on the shot clock, 6 minutes left to go here in the third. Rabel back in the net. Now here's a shot to Farrell and scores. No, crease violation. Crease violation called. Farrell had a man on him, very, very close. Probably will not get a chance to see the replay of that, but again, a very close play that time. Probably the right call. A lot of crowding near the crease here, and the referee right on top of it. Now back the other way. Here's a shot. Miller, I don't think he saw that one from Dane Doby, but he was able to get the stick on it. Quick action back and forth, and it's the Wings who control. 5.5 to go as White brings it across the timeline, dumps it off to Crotty. Crotty far side to Buchanan. He'll fire, goes high off the boards and wide. Easy rebound picked up by the Roughnecks. Long pass ahead for Dixon. He connects. Dixon will hold, though, and they'll get their full offensive unit on the floor. Again, miscommunication for the Roughnecks. Second time, they now get their 5th person on the floor. It's 2 straight line changes where they've been on the offensive side and only had 4 on the floor. They get it over to Doby. Shoots right into the chest of Miller. He makes the save. Long outlet pass trying to hit the home run that time, but he overfires for Steve Holmes and puts it right into the stick of Poulin. And now long outlet pass back the other way to Schattler as they get it across the timeline in a hurry. Miller's not afraid of that long outlet pass. Tried to swing for the fences that time. Just overdid it a little bit. Schattler tries to roll inside. He's got a man working on him. Now uses the screen but puts it high and wide. Miller gets a stick on it, makes the save. Dumps it off over to Hartzell on the near side. He'll run up across and bring it across the timeline. 4.5 to go here in the third. Shots on goal favor the Roughnecks, 36-34. Crowley has the ball for the Wings near side. Good stick check being put on by Calgary. Here's a shot. Kick save off the right knee pad of Poulin. Ball being fought for on the near side boards. Good scrum going place. Crowley knocked down as he Had it for a minute there. Now another knockdown. Referee says play is clean, keep going. Rabel picks it up, rolls far side, and now here's a shot. Does not get on net that time. Wings trying to get out of the crease, and now Calgary will pick up the ball. It was Buchanan off the nice one-timer attempt that time, but wasn't able to get it on net. Under 4 to go here in the third. Snyder holding it in transition. Now he'll dump it off to Doby. Actually, no, Snyder still had it. A little bit of trickery played by Snyder. I think they were actually trying to fool Philadelphia. Doby gets the ball checked away out of his stick, and now it's fought for. And now we have an illegal push by the Roughnecks. Philadelphia will take the ball when we come back from this media timeout. 3:30 left to go in the third. 9-6 Roughnecks. It's the National Lacrosse League on the Lacrosse Network.
All right, fans, the lucky fans here in section 103, row 16, just won a $10 gift card to Xfinity Live Philadelphia. Xfinity Live will be throwing a party all night with cover band Bangarang performing inside Victory Beer Hall. Plus, show your ticket stub at the Spectrum Grill to get a free appetizer. For more information on Xfinity Live and access to exclusive contests, visit xfinitylive.com or like them at xfinitylive.com.
Bring the action.
When you have this in the club, you gotta turn it up.
Ladies and gentlemen, we direct your attention now to video board. Here are your out-of-town scores brought to you by Toyota. Remember, you can catch every minute of lacrosse live on the NLL network at NLL.com.
They watching us. They watching us. They watching us. Everybody.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. 3:30 left to go here. It's the Roughnecks with a 9-6 lead. The Wings trying to claw back into this one. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Reebok. Redefine your game with Reebok's new Black line. Reebok Black was designed and engineered for the elite lacrosse player. Reebok's Black line features a lightweight and minimalistic design with carbon light technology, performance-driven, technology-driven, NLL proven. Find the all-new Reebok lacrosse gear online at ReebokBlack.com. Dave Walls here from the Wells Fargo Center. John Barchett, our in-studio producer here in the booth. Thanks so much for spending your Sunday here with us. Getting a good one now as the first half looked like it was on its way to blowout city as it was 8-2 at the half, but the Wings on a 5-1 run right now, and they are clawing their way back into this one. Back to live action. It's the Wings ball, but a pass attempted for Ross on the far side goes awry, and it's going to be McFetridge who brings it up for the Roughnecks. Good stick checking put on by Ross. He's able to knock it out, and actually Ross gets the ball. Turnover by Calgary, moving the other way. 3-on-2 if they hurry. Back to Ross. Now far side shoots. Poulin saw it coming and made a beautiful save. Did a very nice slide over the left-hand side. He was able to anticipate the pass, but the Wings with good pressure in the neutral zone. Boy, Calgary for a brief period of time had 6 on the field now, and now they've got their 5. Again, they've had some odd miscommunications going on. Fortunate for them that the referees did not pick up the 6th player. 7 on the shot clock, 2.5 to go here in the third. Shatler trying to find some room. He goes far side. That ball tipped away, never gets on net. In fact, hits the back of the net as the shot clock expires. Miller has it in his stick. Outlet pass over to Reynolds, and they'll bring it up. Reynolds dumps it off for Ethan Farrell. Farrell up top to Jordan Hall. Now left-hand side and back of the net. Moving left to right. Now up top to Buchanan. Buchanan shoots. Cannon just goes wide, and that's going to be an over the back, as I don't think anybody hit that as Crowley touches up. Philadelphia's been able to create a little bit more room for themselves in the offensive zone. We've been able to see them get a little bit more passing as the defense of Calgary has loosened up just a little bit. You'll remember in the first half, the stifling defense really didn't allow, even though Philadelphia was getting shots, they were either shots from 30, 40 feet out, or they were just contested shots. Now here's a shot, save, rebound, scores. No, crease violation. Waves that one off, no goal, and it remains a 9-6 game. Illegal screen call quickly back the other way. So as quickly as Philadelphia gets the ball, it goes right back over towards the Roughnecks. Snyder brings it across the timeline. Now dumps it off near side to Cornwall. Cornwall rolling. Now tries to find Doby. He does. However, Doby misses the net. No reset of the shot clock. 13 to go on it. Dixon has the ball. Now Dixon moves to the crease. Shoots. Score! Calgary Roughnecks. Curtis Dixon pivoted on a dime and was able to turn around and stuff it in behind Brandon Miller. It's the Roughnecks into double digits now with 1:15 to go in the third. It's 10-6. Take a look at the replay here. Worked on Reynolds, was able to beat him there. And it goes right in back of Brandon Miller. Let's hear the call.
Calgary goal scored by number 17, Curtis Dixon. The assist, number 20, Travis Cornwall, along with number 44, Dane Doby. Time of that goal, 13 minutes, 45 seconds.
So as we approach 1 minute to go, it's the Roughnecks with the ball. Wings have it off a failed shot attempt by the Roughnecks. That's going to be Brody Merrill, who's been quiet offensively so far this afternoon. He dumps it off over to Crowley. Crowley now left-hand side to working Buchanan. Beats his defender, shoots, bounce shot, beat Poulin, just went wide. Farrell gets the rebound, 12 on the shot clock. Up top to Crowley. Crowley rolling, shooting, scores! Kevin Crowley bounces it in on the right-hand side. Beat Poulin, and it's Crowley's second, and it brings the Wings back within 3, 10-7. 34.6 seconds left to go on the clock as you take a look at the replay, which will come any minute here. 10-7 your score here, as now we get the replay coming. You're going to see Crowley just beat his defender cleanly here and is able to bounce it in.
Score by number 10, Kevin Crowley. The assist, number 3, Ethan Farrell, along with number 27, Kevin Buchanan. Time of that goal, 14 minutes, 25 seconds.
So Calgary has the ball. Shot clock and game clock are virtually even. Calgary has the empty net, 6-on-5 advantage. They've done this every quarter so far. Doby has the ball with 6, 5, 4. I don't know if Calgary's going to get a clean shot. They do. They get it in on Miller. Goes over the glass. 0.6 to go on the clock. So Calgary's going to have to try something very quickly here, and they're unable to get it on net. And that will end the third period of play. But it's the Wings going on a 5-2 run here in the third, and they claw their way back to a 10-7 deficit. Calgary will take that 3-goal lead into the fourth. Back after this, the National Lacrosse League on the Lacrosse Network.
Ladies, your Angels dance team. Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for your Angels dance team.
Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. 10-7 your score. The Roughnecks clinging to a 3-goal lead over the Philadelphia Wings. Dave Walls here, bringing you the play-by-play tonight. Thanks so much for spending part of your Sunday with us here. And studio producer tonight is John Barchard. Roughneck fans, don't forget, your Calgary Roughnecks return home. They host the Edmonton Rush in another great battle for Alberta. Saturday, February 9th. Game time at the Scotiabank Saddledome, 7 p.m. For tickets, all you got to do is go to CalgaryRoughnecks.com. Fans, don't forget the NLL on the Lacrosse Network is your home for live LIVE broadcasts of every NLL game. Now powered by YouTube. You can get it every game on your PC, laptop, iPad, smartphone, television, 8-track, whatever device you got. I'm sure we can find a way to get it on there for you. Watch the games anywhere and take the NLL on the Lacrosse Network wherever you're going, every game, every night. Well, it's the Wings making a game of it here now, down 10-7. It's Calgary who starts the quarter off with the ball. They shoot, goes wide that time. Doby had good pressure put on him. That's the Wings back the other way, 1-0. Brody Merrill, he runs in, he shoots, save made by Poulin. 1-0. Brody Merrill had the opportunity, but Poulin stood strong and made the save as he slid to the right-hand side. Important play here, even early in the fourth, as it really sets the momentum here for the first couple minutes. Sean Evans, the other way for the Roughnecks, shoots right into the chest of Miller, but rebound is coddled by Dixon. He gets a shot off, but it's blocked, never gets on net. Now we get another reset of the shot clock. And it's the Wings who bring it back the other way. 1 minute down here in the first. 10-7 your score. Pat Heim brings it across the timeline, dumps it off in transition. Buchanan has it on the near side. He rolls, has his man, shoots, hit the post. Rabel was going for the hat trick. Had Poulin beat, hit the post. I think Poulin may have actually gotten a piece of it on his second look. But the Wings get the ball back, shoot, score! It's Paul Rabel with the hat trick. And now the Wings are down by 2. It's 10-8. Paul Rabel makes up for the opportunity of stuffing, and he's able to come back, get the ball, and Poulin makes a save, but it just bounces through the legs, gets it into the back of the net. He gets some high fives on the bench. The crowd's getting into it now. Let's hear the call from PA announcer Kevin Casey.
Wings goal. He has the hat trick on the night. Number 9, Paul Rabel. The assist, number 10, Kevin Crowley. Time of that goal, 1 minute, 21 seconds.
So at 1:21, Merrill has the ball, hits the post. Long bounce goes back the other way, and it's going to go out of bounds. Referees talking about it, and they aren't going to give it to the Wings. Initially, the far back referee had signaled Calgary ball, and the near side referee says, nope, Poulin got a piece of it and knocked it away. So Philly gets a fresh 30. Hall has the ball near side. Has Karate near him setting a screen. Now Hall will rotate back up. Buchanan has it, dives down low. Over to Karate. Karate holding, good stick check put on by the Roughnecks. A 2-goal game now, 10-8. Karate in back of the net, left to right with 14 on the clock. That shot goes high and wide. And back of the net to Westerveld. He wants to dive, but they've got that well defended. Westerveld moves, can't get the shot on crease. Now with 5, 4. They get the rebound, but have to hurry. Buchanan's going to launch it with 1, and it's saved by Poulin. But second and third shot opportunities there by the Wings. Did well to get that shot off. Shots on goal now in favor of the Wings, 42-39. It's the Roughnecks still holding on 10-8, but it's been all Wings here in the second half. In fact, those 2 unassisted goals by Jeff Snyder really proving to be the separation now between these two teams. Here's a long shot that goes wide to Miller. It's going to be an over and back call. And so Philadelphia is going to retain possession. And actually the back official is saying a Wing got a piece of it. And so it should actually be Calgary possession. And indeed the Roughnecks are going to get possession out of it. Now we got a conference taking place at the center timeline here. Back official said over and back. Initially, the near side official had signaled over and back as well, that he changed his mind. So now we're trying to see what's going on. And I think we're going to get a face-off here to determine, because we have a bit of miscommunication here. Brody Merrill, the captain of the Philadelphia Wings, talking about it right now. So, yeah, we are going to get a face-off. Miscommunication between the officials. One said over and back, one said no way, so we'll just settle it with a good old-fashioned face-off. Costabile out there with Snyder for the Roughnecks, and Snyder wins that one cleanly. Gets it off to Schattler. Schattler gets it over to Doby on the far side. They have a fresh 30 to work with here. 12-13 left to go in regulation. It's a 2-goal game at 10-8. Wings fans know so far this season they can come back from 3 goals down, but certainly a 6-goal deficit would be something else. Dixon working, 9 on the shot clock. Here's a shot deflected, never gets on net. Roughnecks trying to control it with 4-3. Ranger putting up a good fight. Merrill's finally able to scoop it away, and he gets it. Now his stick checked away, and he's going to be alone in the near side corner. However, we have loose ball violation coming up against the Roughnecks, so we'll get a fresh 30 out there for the Wings. Kevin Ross out there. passes it over, far side to Westerveld, hits the post. Westerveld almost nonchalantly walked in. I don't think anyone was expecting him to shoot, then launched one, and Poulin was late reacting. However, actually, before we get it over and back, it looks like the officials again say it was tipped. So Philadelphia will come right back, and Westerveld will get a fresh 30 out of it. Westerveld working, moving in. Crease violation, however, as Ross tried to pick it up and dump it in. He set his foot in the crease. Good call by the official, and it's going to be Calgary possession. The Roughnecks trying to stop the bleeding and come away with a weekend sweep, moving them to 500 at 2-2. The Wings want to move to 3-1 and get themselves back within a half game of first place. Tried the one-timer over for Schattler on the far side. That goes awry. It's quickly the Wings back on the fast break. They've got a man breaking. Here he goes. Shoots and hits the post again. I think it was Rabel going for his fourth. It was. Rabel beat him cleanly on the left-hand side. Just dinked it off the post, and it's the Wings now catching the iron. You'll recall Calgary had a couple possessions right in a row in the third where they hit it off the iron. Now it's the Wings doing so twice in a row. Jordan Hall has it. He passes it up top to Farrell. Farrell far side now dumps over to Rabel. Rabel shoots low. Save made by Poulin. Rebound scooped away into the far corner. Fought over. Farrell picks it up. He's able to get it back up top. Wings going to have to try and save it, and they do so. Great hustle that time by the Philadelphia Wings, and Ned Crotty, I tell you what, 2 straight weeks we've seen him make great hustle plays. He does it again to save it, giving the Wings a second opportunity. Shot on the far side by Crowley goes high, and it's shoulder saved by Poole, and he's able to bring it down. And with that stoppage, now we have some miscommunication between the officials and the scoreboard. Looks like we're having some sort of technical difficulty with the scoreboard. They were trying to figure out whether we should take the media timeout or let another play go, and now we'll have a media timeout after the next stoppage. So that's where that confusion came from. We're back to action now. The Roughnecks have the ball. Under 10 to go here in the fourth. It's 10-8. Joel White working on Dane Dobie. They'll get it all the way up top out to Ranger. Ranger rolling to the left-hand side. Near side boards beats Manley. Manley able to stick check it away, though. He went for broke there. Now Brett Manny's down there low, tied up with Ranger. They're both fighting for it. Manley again gets the stick check on. We got a shot clock violation, so good defensive pressure put on the Wings, and they will have the ball when we come back. 9:29 to go in the fourth. 10-8 Roughnecks, the National Lacrosse League on the Lacrosse Network.
Mornings over at Xfinity Live.
Hey guys, it's Sigourney, and I just want to let you know the game might be finishing up, but there's plenty going on right across the street at Xfinity Live. Come on over and watch our Flyers play on our 32-foot flat screen TV and enjoy $3 select drafts. And if you can't make it tonight, make sure you're here for Super Bowl Sunday. We will be throwing the biggest party outside of New Orleans, featuring $2 select drafts and free parking all day long. So we hope to see you here at Xfinity Live very soon. Let's go, Wings!
Way around the Wells Fargo Center. Fans, don't forget NLL Radio offers the best online radio coverage of the National Lacrosse League. Just visit NLL.com/radio. As the Wings slashed in the net there, they're unable to do so. It's going to be the Roughnecks bringing the ball back the other way. Loose ball, however, in the middle of the turf. Ross is able to knock it away. The shot clock continues to roll, and I think we're going to get an 8-second violation. And indeed we are. The Philadelphia will take the ball right back. NLL Radio is pleased to be the new online home of Box La Beat, hosted by Steven Stamp of IL Indoor. Just visit NLL.com/radio. Long shot by Crowley just goes wide and off the back of the net, and Poulin will hit the long outlet pass going the other way for McRae. McRae has a lane to run, shoots, scores! Calgary Roughnecks doing it again on the fast break. Dan McRae took the ball. Nobody put a body on him, so he says, okay, boys, I'll take it in, put it in myself. Beats Miller low, and it's back out to a 3-goal advantage, 11-8.
Calgary goal scored by number 3, Dan McRae. The assist, number 30, Mike Poulin. Time of that goal, 6 minutes, 10 seconds.
So at the 6:10 mark, McRae runs it in for an 11-8 lead for the Roughnecks. They win the face-off and have the ball near their own bench. Doby getting worked on a double team. Somebody loses a glove out there, and now we're back. Again, another odd line change for Calgary. They've been having problems. Dixon, however, walks in and scores! Curtis Dixon runs around the crease, holds the ball for an extra half second, and tucks it in the upper corner. And now the Roughnecks starting to pour it on midway through the fourth, out to a 12-8 lead. Take a look at the replay here. Dixon, I tell you what, he had people working on him, but again, held the ball.
By number 17, Curtis Dixon. The assist, number 37, Andrew McBride. Time of that goal, 6 minutes, 32 seconds.
Dixon's extra half step and deke there was the difference, as Miller was unable to commit until the last second, and it was too late. So 2 quick goals for the Roughnecks. They're back out by 4. Shots on goal favor the Wings, 47-41. One-timer attempt for Schattler. He was sitting wide open on the far side, but unable to get it. But the Roughnecks are able to get their own rebound. They're going to hold now and stretch this clock out. 15 to go on the shot clock. 8 minutes left to go in the game. Up by 4. Dixon over the far side to Doby, tries to hit Ranger, but unable to connect. Dixon gets it with 5. 4 is going to roll the center, shoots. That one goes low and actually hits Jordan Hall, and now a shot clock violation as that one never made it in on net. So the Wings will bring the ball back up the floor now. Needing to rally here in the fourth, down by 4. It's Jordan Hall with the ball. He holds it in transition, and now the Wings get their line out. Ross over on the near side. Buchanan out there. Buchanan rolls into the corner. Now throws it back up top to Rabel. Holding. Now was looking for a screen. He got kind of a screen. Crowley's able to get the rebound, but unable to control, and it rolls into the stick of Poulin and into the crease. Outlet pass for Snyder. Has a man breaking. Here's a shot. Score! Snyder was able on the fast break to hit a streaking Dane Doby, and Miller just hung out to dry. Nothing you could do on that one. It's the Roughnecks responding here in the fourth and breaking it back to a 5-goal advantage. Clean goal that time. Miller didn't have a moment to react, and he's able to tuck it into the corner.
Calgary goal scored by number 44, Dane Doby. The assist, number 4, Jeff Snyder, along with number 30, Mike Poulin. Time of that goal, 7 minutes, 48 seconds.
So at 7:48, it's the Roughnecks back out to a 5-goal lead. And they control as they win yet another face-off. Up top to Ranger. He'll hold the ball in there, looking to stretch this clock out and drag this game out and run it out. Now back out to a 5-goal lead. They've got the luxury to do so. Dixon being worked on in the near side corner. Tries rolling. Manley with good pressure on him. They'll get it over. That time, bounce shot goes wide. It'll be an over-the-back violation, but Philadelphia will pick up the quick rebound. Brody Merrill holds in transition. Philadelphia now getting their complete line out. Jordan Hall, who's been quiet as of late, holds the ball over to Crowley. Crowley rolling up center, tries a bounce shot that goes wide, but the Wings control. Ross with a double swim move there, however, loses possession of it in the process, and it's going to be Roughneck ball back the other way. However, turnover that time, as unable to control for the Roughnecks is Mike Carnegie. So Philadelphia has it. Hartzell dumps it off in transition to Crotty. Now Crotty back up top and over to Buchanan. Buchanan rolling, has a screen in front of him, can't find any room, so he brings it up top with 15 on the shot clock. Over to Rabel. Actually, Ethan Farrell, I should say. Farrell will dive. He shoots. Save made by Poulin. Again, another great diving play by Ethan Farrell, but Poulin is down. He is hurt, and the trainer's going to have to come out for him. Farrell dove along the outside of the crease. Poulin almost initiated the contact as he came out to meet the challenge of Farrell, and somewhere in the middle, the bodies just got tied up. So we take a break here with 5:48 to go as the trainer's out, taking a look at Mike Poulin. We take a look here at the replay here as Farrell dove, and it looks like the left knee of Poulin just got a little bit tangled up, but he's able to jump right back up, and he says he's okay, so the trainers come off for him. Frankie Scigliano was looking on from the bench, shouting out some words of encouragement for his goaltender teammate. Good play by Farrell, better play by Poulin. He's able to shake it off, and the Roughnecks take possession up by 5 with 5:45 here to go in the fourth. Double team put on Dixon as he tries to roll around. Delayed penalty. It's going to be against the Wings. Here's a shot and save made by Miller. Miller actually dove too early. He was able to get back up in time. Poulin's running towards the bench. Extra attacker situation. 6-on-5 currently for the Roughnecks. Evans holds. Now he's coming down towards the crease line in the corner. Far side now for Doby with 15 on the clock. Doby holds it. Now again back over to Evans with 10. They're going to shoot, save, and got caught in the knee pad. Now the whistle will stop play, but we're going to get a holding call. That's going to go against the Philadelphia Wings. Waiting to see who's going to the box here. Nobody's volunteering for penalty box duty. We'll have to wait and see who it is. But it's definitely a holding call, and it's going to be Joel White, the transition player.
Penalty assessed to number 11, Joel White. 2 minutes for holding. Time of that penalty, 9 minutes, 53 seconds.
So as White gets the hold, the Roughnecks will go on a power play where if they can score, great, but I think they're more interested in burning 2 minutes off the clock at this point and getting out of here with the win in their pocket and completing the road sweep. Ball tied up in the far side corner. The Wings able to control, and they will. Needing 5 goals, and need them coming to hurry. Here's a shot off the transition by Hartzell. Bounces high off the boards, and it's able to be controlled by the Roughnecks. Poulin now. Long outlet pass to Dixon. He's got it. Wide open. Shoot. Stick save made by Miller. And now we've got a loose ball violation. It's going to go against the Roughnecks. Philadelphia takes possession short-handed here. And normally on the penalty kill, you want to sit back, you want to stretch out that clock, kill off the penalty. The Wings do not have that luxury. They've got to get in there even short-handed. They've got to get some points on the board here with 4:13 left to go in regulation. Buchanan has it, swims past the double team, but the ball comes loose, and it's going to be able to controlled by Poulin. And the Roughnecks now looking like they're moving towards a weekend sweep, and the Wings with a loss would drop down to 2-2. 45 to go on the power play. Here's a shot by Evans that goes off the shoulder of Miller and save, bounces up into the net, and with that we have our final media timeout. 13-8 Roughnecks, and they're on the power play when we return. The National Lacrosse League on the Lacrosse Network.
February 8th at 11 a.m. versus the Rochester Nighthawks. Don't miss our very first matinee game.
Hey fans, at the Cure Insurance Club, enjoy featured drinks and as always our come early and stay late specials. $4.50 domestics and food specials from 5 to 6 and post game. After the game, Wings players will be at the Cure Insurance Club for the official post game party and Wounded Warrior Project jersey auction.
Roughnecks 13 and the Wings 8. Dave Walls here, thanking you for spending part of your Sunday here with us at the Lacrosse Network. In-studio producer is John Barchard. Thanks again for his help today. This copyright telecast of the National Lacrosse League Incorporated may not be retransmitted, reproduced, or rebroadcast without the express written consent of the National Lacrosse League. Calgary fans, your next home game Saturday, February 9th against the Edmonton Rush at 7 p.m. at Scotiabank Saddledome. For tickets and information, visit CalgaryRoughnecks.com. The Wings back in action here on Friday, February 8th, holding the Rare Business Person Special, 11 a.m. start time. You know you want to play hooky. You know you do. Well, then this is where you got to be. For tickets and info, WingsLAX.com. Wings coming short-handed right now for the next 30 seconds. They have the ball, and they need goals in a hurry. Hitting a breaking man. Shooting save made that time as Crowley was unable to put it home. Crowley, however, gets his own rebound. A fresh 30, though. shorthanded. They're looking for some room, finding Brody Merrill streaking. However, that pass is tipped away, and the Roughnecks will take possession. Only 10 seconds left to go on the penalty to Joel White. So with about 3 minutes left to go, we'll be even. And now we got some fisticuffs, and down go the gloves. But then McRae walks away. McRae was challenging the Wings player to a fight, and then as soon as he did that, the Roughneck walked away. The crowd booing their displeasure of that. So right now only the penalty box opened up for the Wings. Let's wait and see if anybody goes in for Calgary. Certainly no punches were thrown, but the gloves did come off of the Wings player. Then it was McRae certainly for Calgary, and our vantage point did not allow us. It was Brody Merrill who dropped the gloves for the Wings.
Number 17, Brody Merrill, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time of that penalty, 11 minutes, 48 seconds. Wings penalty, number 17, Brody Merrill, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct. Time, 11:48.
So McRae goads Miller into getting, Brody Merrill, that is, into getting a 2-minute unsportsmanlike conduct. Certainly that could lead to a little bit of chippiness here in the last 3 minutes. We'll have to wait and see. So now the Roughnecks back on the power play, up 5, shooting and score! Scott Evans, recipient of a nice pass, just quick stick action, and now it's 14-8 in favor of the Roughnecks. Merrill has not been released from the box. Now he is coming out, yes. So we'll be back to 5-on-5 action here. We'll get the call from Kevin Casey here in just a minute.
Calgary
Ranger.
Goal scored by number 15, Sean Evans. The assist, number 71, Scott Ranger, along with number 77, Jeff Shatler. Time of that goal, 11 minutes, 56 seconds.
So Sean Evans, recipient of a nice pass. Snyder has it, shoots, and actually he did a pass over on the far side to someone on the far side. Didn't get the license plate of that truck, but the ball didn't go in the net anyway, so there you go. Snyder, however, gets his own rebound, and with 2:45, Calgary is content to run out the clock here, up by 6. The Wings will drop to 2-2 after this loss. Roughnecks, they'll go up to 2-2, completing the weekend sweep. Here's a shot, and no goal, crease violation.
No goal, crease violation. Wings possession.
Long outlet pass back the other way for Miller. He tries to hit a breaking Jordan Hall. And now we have a challenge flag thrown out by Calgary. Calgary throwing the challenge flag up by 6 with 2.5 to go. Boy, that's okay. Well, they certainly have that right, and they will do so, but certainly you're up by 6 with 2.5. I don't think that one goal is going to make a lot of difference either way, but crew chief will do his job. He'll go in the booth and take a look at it. Certainly didn't see anything on live. Oh, no, he's definitely in the crease. And they're going to take a look here and see if he steps in first. It looks like that left foot, not the last foot that comes out, but it looks like the left foot tips the line. We're going to take a look right here on the monitor, and right there, though, you can see the red shoe he's wearing tips the front of the line, and that one certainly hits before the ball goes into the back of the net. So I'd stick with the call that's on the field. I don't see anything there that prompts me to overturn it. Certainly, I didn't see any green in between where that foot comes down and when the ball goes into the net. Crew chief Robert Hollingsworth taking a look at it, and also assistant referee out there, Chris Williams. But they're taking a good look at it frame by frame here. 2:28 to go here. Lacrosse fans, don't forget, today's game does wrap up the NLL action for Week 4, but the games resume next weekend. 4 big games here on Saturday night, 3 of them right here on the Lacrosse Network. It all starts at 8 Eastern as Rochester hosts the West Division leading Washington Stealth, followed by Minnesota and Colorado at 9, and the Battle of Alberta, Edmonton, and these Roughnecks at 9 Eastern. The Toronto Buffalo game will be airing Saturday live on TSN2 and ESPN3 at 7:30 Eastern. We have the archive of it right here afterwards. Just can't watch it live because of broadcast contracts, blah, blah, blah. But, hey, it's on TV, and that's what you got to do for that game. Hollingsworth's coming out of the booth right now. We'll get an official call here. Talking it over with the official. A lot of discussion here for a replay. Still waiting the call as both officials are talking to each other, but have not made a signal as of yet. It is no goal.
Ladies and gentlemen, after further review, the call on the field is confirmed. It was a crease violation.
And that's what we thought all along. Bit of I don't know if that's, certainly the nicest thing to do, up by 6 goals, throwing the challenge flag with 2.5 to go, but certainly you want to make sure that every player gets every goal they're entitled for, so there you go. We're back to action. Buchanan has it for the Wings. They'd like to tack on at least 1 or 2 more here and try and send these fans home as happy as possible. Hall has it now down low to Ross. Ross with a great bounce shot. Just goes in between Poulin and the net, and it's going to bounce away, and so the Roughnecks will have it. Long outlet pass back the other way from McRae. McRae's finally able to scoop it, but it goes in back of the net to Miller, and Miller will receive that one, get it out to Hartzell as we approach 2 minutes left to go here in the fourth. 14-8. It was a 10-8 game entering the fourth quarter, but the Roughnecks put away any chance of a Wings comeback here with some great power play goals and overall just some nifty passing. Empty net for the Wings. Snyder has it. He wants the hat trick, and he'll get it as he shoots and scores. Empty net goal. Snyder gets the hat trick in his return to the Wells Fargo Center. It's 15-8 Calgary. Well, you can see Brandon Miller here on the replay was doing the best he could to try and shield Snyder, but Snyder was able to run right past him.
Number 4, Jeff Snyder. The assist, number 80, Peter McFedrich. Time of that goal, 13 minutes, 12 seconds.
15-8 your score. Shots on goal favor Philadelphia, 50-49, but certainly it's been an unusual day with a lot of 1-0 breakaways and a lot of open opportunities for the Roughnecks. The Wings were able to respond in the third, but Calgary closed the door here in the fourth as they come back the other way again, shooting and scoring. Running up the score here in the fourth are the Roughnecks as they now double up the Wings 16-8. Right off the faceoff, I believe it's Cornwall is going to get it, as you see here on the replay. No under 2 minutes. They're supposed to review every goal, but you know what? At 16-8, I think you just let them play. So as the tie-up takes place, and now we've got 6 flying all over the place. We've got a tie-up here as the Roughnecks are able to win the face-off, and they hold the ball. Decker has it in the near side boards. 80 seconds left to go in this matchup. Passing on the near side boards of 8-7. The shot saved made by Miller into the chest, but the rebound's going to come right to the Roughnecks, and they'll hold the ball and drain another 30 off the clock. Hebner has the ball. He just dumps it over off to the bench near side, and now Calgary's just going to hold it and drain this clock. So the Philadelphia fans had some hope here in the third, entering the fourth period by a score of 10-8, but Calgary, behind the hat trick by Jeff Snyder, behind multiple goals by Sean Evans, were really able to shut the door here with a 6-0 run to close out the fourth. One more offensive series for the Wings. We got gloves tied up here. Brody Merrill and Ranger were tied up near the center line, but Ranger runs off the field. More hard hitting taking place. Here's a shot, save made, actually goes wide. More stick action. Now we've got some tie up, and now we got some punches thrown, and here we go. A little bit of frustration here. 2 players go to the ground. It's Crowley who wants to dust it up, and he's doing it right now. Crowley tied up. Now the Calgary player gets on the back of Crowley, and referee tries to jump on him. Kind of figure the tempers would get up a little bit, certainly after challenging and running up the score in the last couple moments here. You kind of figured that would happen. A little bit of trash talking also going on as the players run back to their respective locker rooms. Crowley will be done for the afternoon. And it's number 11 for Calgary, and Greg Harnett, who was dropping the gloves there. So Harnett runs back to the bench. Crowley's going to go to the penalty box. We'll play 5-on-5 here for the remaining 21.4 seconds here. 52-50, shots on goal in favor of the Roughnecks. Referees are left to sort out some penalties here, and nothing on the board yet, of course. Fans, don't forget the NLL on the Lacrosse Network is your home for live broadcasts of every NLL game. Now powered by YouTube, you can watch every NLL game live on your PC, laptop, iPad, smartphone, and on your television. Watch the games anywhere and take the NLL on the Lacrosse Network wherever you're going, every game, every night. Tonight's game brought to you in part by Reebok. Redefine your game with Reebok's new Black line. Reebok Black was designed and engineered for today's elite lacrosse player. Reebok's Black line features a lightweight and minimalistic design with carbon light technology, performance-driven, technology-driven, NLL proven. Find the all-new Reebok lacrosse gear online at ReebokBlack.com. We're awaiting the announcement of the penalties. They're still sorting it out down in the booth. Nothing's been posted as of yet, so we've got 2 Roughnecks in the box, and we have Kevin Crowley sitting in the box right now. So we'll have 5 on 4, it appears, as we close out today's matchup. Don't forget, fans, stick around after the game. We'll give you a quick rundown of the stats and where both of these teams are headed for Week 5 right after the conclusion of this game. It certainly had its ups and downs, I think is a fair way to say. The Roughnecks have led from start to finish. Here we go.
Wings penalty, assessed to number 10, Kevin Crowley. Calgary penalty, number 11, Greg Harnett, each 5 minutes for fighting. Calgary penalty, number 37, Andrew McBride, 2 minutes for unsportsmanlike conduct.
So the unsportsmanlike conduct is the reason the Wings are up 5-4, but with only 10 seconds left, we're looking at maybe one more shot. It's tipped away. The Roughnecks will control, and that will do it from here as they toss it all the way down into the empty corner, and that will conclude today's game as it's the Roughnecks 16, the Philadelphia Wings 8. Both teams now at 2-2 on the season. Stay right here. We'll give you a quick recap of all the stats and let you know what's coming up in Week 5 of the NLL. This is the Welcome back to the Wells Fargo Center. Your final score today, it's the Calgary Roughnecks 16, the Philadelphia Wings 8. Official shots on goal, it's the 52-50 in favor of the Roughnecks. Let's go ahead and give you a quick scoring recap here as the third quarter here really got interesting. Philadelphia went on a 4-1 run. Crowley, Ross with 2, and also Westervelt with a power play goal as well. The real backbreaker in that run is the Wings were getting some energy back. Again, Jeff Snyder got his second shorthanded goal, his second, I should say, goal off of face-off. He was able to win a face-off cleanly, break a double team, and get in for a goal. Snyder would finish with 3 on the day. And then from there, the Roughnecks and Wings traded goals to end the third, but it was 10-7. The Wings made it 10-8 going into the fourth as Rabel got the hat trick at 1:21. But from there, all Roughnecks, they closed the game on a 6-0 run as it's going to be McRae, Dixon, Doby, Evans, Snyder with an empty netter, and then Cornwall laid it on as well at 13:25. Leading scorers on the game, Dan Doby for the Roughnecks, 4 goals, 2 assists. 2 others with a hat trick, Dixon and Snyder. Dixon with 3 and 2, Snyder with 3 and the assist. Snyder also with 13 loose balls to lead all players, and Snyder winning 77% of his faceoffs as well. For the Philadelphia Wings, Paul Rabel leading all scorers on the team, 3 goals, 2 assists, notching his first goals of the season, certainly a building block for this Wings team moving into Week 5. Crowley, 2 goals, 3 assists as well. Crotty adding 2 assists, Westervelt with a goal, Buchanan 3 assists, Hall with 3 assists, and Kevin Ross 2 and 1. Brandon Miller will end up taking the loss out of this one as he comes in relief of Kevin Croswell midway through the second. But Miller did a stand-up job, only letting 3 goals behind him. It was, actually we'll have to get an update on that. That number isn't correctly, but certainly Miller shut them down until late in the fourth when really the Roughnecks were able to pour it on. Croswell got off to a bad start in the game, certainly because of some breakouts, and finally the last 2 goals that made it up to 7-1 certainly sealed his fate in today's game as well. The Wings did do a good job on the faceoffs. Costabile winning 5 faceoffs for 33%. Reynolds had a tough time against Snyder today, only winning 1 out of 13. The Wings overall 21%. The Roughnecks overall 79%. So that does it from here. The final score again tonight, the Calgary Roughnecks 16, Philadelphia Wings 8. Now looking forward to next week, we've got more exciting action here in Week 5 of the National Lacrosse League. We'll pull up the schedule here just for you in a moment. We've got 4 games next week, all on Saturday. The Wings have the week off. We got all Saturday night games, too, starting at 7:30.